his video do well, I would be pissed.
I remember at the beginning of the New York house, we still had that beef a little bit.
I absolutely hate that you guys tried to get inside an NDA because you all told me to.
At your peak,
When I just drove the McLaren for the first time.
what were you making?
Who's trying to kill himself but also invest?
There's so many snaky weirdos that were at FaZe, and I made sure that they got
To
fired.
be honest, that's like why the LA house killed FaZe.
If I have any regrets, I guess I put all of my energy into building FaZe. Just really quickly, I wanted to just put a note in here. I'm relaunching my channel, as you'll see in the upcoming weeks. I'm going to be doing a few different shows on my channel. One of them is going to be the sit-down kind of one-on-one conversational show, and the first episode has to be with my guy FaZe, of course. So this isn't like a normal podcast where we're just going to be talking about current day events or anything like that. I actually want to talk with your favorite YouTubers, streamers, athletes, whoever we can get on, and just talk about them on a personal level. As someone who grew up in this world, it's something I understand a little more, and I kind of want to dive into the personal lives and their experiences that people don't usually speak about. So just a disclaimer, we're not going to be talking about everything that we've talked about for years about FaZe, or even, Rain specifically, the stuff that he's talked about that happened with him. All that stuff we've spoken about. This is going to be a different type of conversation, and I'm trying to talk to him as, Norden, the human first, not FaZe Rain, not the YouTuber. We're going to talk about our regrets and the things that we went through, the lessons we learned, financial decisions that we made that we wish we did differently, our responsibilities, stuff like that. And now that we're both almost 30, looking back at life from a different lens. So enjoy, leave a like, subscribe. I got a lot of cool content coming up, and enjoy the episode. I've known you for 13 years now. 13?
14 years. We met each other when we were 14.
2010?
Yeah. That's the first time I remember I posted one of your clips on the bulletin on my channel or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. It was the Ranger one off top high rise, double Ranger.
Oh, that was in my introducing episode.
In FaZe, but did you hit in FaZe?
Yeah. It hit the ground kind of on that one.
Maybe I was just like glazing. But you didn't know me like that. I was a fan. I remember you don't.
No, but I'm a fan now. We have an interesting beginning to our relationship.
I just explained it to somebody like last week. How it started off so toxic. He would hit a trick shot and I'd get mad. His video do well, I would be pissed. I swear to God. And I was just telling you that the other day too.
No, I know. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened. That was like the first. I remember at the beginning of the New York house, we still had that beef a little bit.
Up until the FIFA moment.
To the FIFA. I don't even remember what happened, but FIFA, I know.
Bro,
you didn't want to film for my
You know how
channel.
I remember everything.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. It was that stupid. It was literally we just didn't like each other and anything could have set it
No,
off.
okay, because for context, like the months leading up to the house, we were both kind of like 1 and 2. And then like
So it was like friendly competition to a degree, but we just didn't handle it.
No, but we were late. Like it was like low-key hating. Like I told you, Beat the Clock. When he released Beat the Clock, I was like,
What
I was like, no, man, this is a good series. Like, we low-key had that. I mean, we
I'm
we
talking about the 1080 off Corey ruined my day. I punched a hole somewhere.
my MW3 one.
No, the Black Ops 2 one.
Of
Turbine.
Corey. Oh, Turbine.
Turbine. I don't know. Since I was like 15, I've been saying that. I always mix them up.
That
for
one
some
was
reason.
nice. Those are legendary
I'll forever
clips.
mix them up.
Legendary clips, but yeah, we had that Haiti vibes a little bit. I remember like in the New York house was when we first moved in. I hate it. I don't know about you.
Oh, I know what
I wanted to move out so bad.
I know what I'm doing. Under the thing, under the.
Yeah.
I was in that
You were
game.
in that. You
I was
reacted.
in that game.
Yeah.
I was fake glazing, but yeah, I was in that game. I was just like, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, you did react, but I appreciate that fake reaction.
Of course.
But we were in the house, and then the FIFA incident happened. Literally, I think I was just trying to film a FIFA video, and you were like, your energy was just off. I think that's what it was. And I remember I went to the mall. I went to the mall with Sensei, and then like we were just like living in the same house. And,
I thought we beefed over a play. That's what I thought it was.
I don't remember. I have a horrible memory. You have an insane memory. Mine's bad. So yeah, I just remember it was awkward at first, and then I don't know how we fixed that. But
Dude, I swear to God, it was just like we both just simultaneously grew up at the same time. Like we just both grew up.
Yeah, and
we just like got over it. We realized because we both knew what each other was doing.
Yeah. It wasn't
and
about
one day
FIFA.
we're just like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We just like actually became homies and started supporting each other. Even during our like prime, we were supporting each other the whole way. Like
No, 100%.
on my mother's life, when you were snapping that month with the class project videos and like everything was hitting. You upload some random MW3 thumbnail million in a day. Like everything was banging. I was genuinely happy.
No,
like,
same.
There was nothing.
There's not one moment in the New York house that I remember being like, ugh.
But that taught me. I'm so glad I learned that with him because I haven't been like that about a human.
I was gonna say
I learned it through you.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
same.
So I don't act that way towards people because I saw how childish it was, and it's just counterproductive to even feel that way about someone. Like everybody can eat, and you just have to change your mentality to understand that just because someone else is doing well doesn't mean you can't. It actually means there's more opportunity than less.
I was gonna say that's like that was like such a good lesson to learn early in life.
Absolutely.
Because like it's so easy to like low key have that like envious hate.
That it's the easy perspective. Like I said, like I always say, like with jealousy and inspiration is like the same feeling. It's just your perception of it. Like damn, like I could do that too, or like must be nice, like that hating.
Yeah.
I hate that phrase. Like, oh, must be nice.
Yeah, and
it's not like a happy family. Like you lost your family, and you're saying must be nice to a happy family. It's like
no.
such a way to use that.
You have to learn it. You have to learn it. We learned it. I mean, thank God. Whatever happened, again, we don't even know. Like, not it just snapped. Maybe Sensei was low key the mediator.
I don't even know if we ever really talked about it to other people, but me and you both knew it.
Yeah,
'Cause I
don't
never
know.
like told anyone.
Yeah, no, same. It was just
Also,
a feeling.
I sound like
it was
lame
like
as saying like, dude, I'm so jealous of this guy.
no, but it was just a feeling because like, oh, night, like we'd hype each other up, but like
You'd
we
see
both
it,
know.
that's what I'm saying. And
No,
I
but-
always used to remember this. I swear to God, it actually made me sad when I was a kid. I swear to God, when I was like 15.
Yeah.
You would say, I love you to everybody else but me. You'd go
Oh,
around the
no.
table like, love you, Alex. Love you, Biggs. Later, Rain. Like, I was,
in the house.
even in the house. Yeah, I used to always say it to everyone but me. And I was like, this kid hates me, bro.
Oh wow.
I swear to
I
God.
apologize. That is very
It's
late.
okay. I know you love me now.
Wallah. I don't remember doing that.
I
And
know,
if
I
I
know.
did it,
I remember. That's
I
what
don't
I was saying from-
like. I don't remember ever intentionally doing that. We learned a lesson. That lesson hard. It was good. Thankfully, I think we both of us have applied.
I learned that
now.
lesson through you. I hated Alex at one point before I knew him, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then like me and him became super close also. So it just made me realize that a lot of people you think you hate, you really don't hate and have
yeah.
nothing against, and you're just being sour for no reason.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we were
Also a pedophile.
14 to 18. That whole period that we just talked about, 14 to 18. So
Yeah.
it's also
We're
way
kids, you know what I mean? We're still
So-
young, figuring life out.
So now we're both 28, getting old. We're almost.
I just say 30 at this point.
we're almost hitting 30. I know. I mean, we are 30 basically.
I'm just trying to make it soft on me, you know? So when I do hit it, it's not like a big shock. It's like I've been saying I'm 30 for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels crazy because we were always like, "Well, you guys are only 20. You guys are only 20." Like, I feel like that was our life for like. Obviously, it was, but like,
Yeah.
it feels like that was yesterday. So yeah, now we're 30. I remember making fun of my brother for turning 30. So now,
Here you are.
Now here
and
I
all
am.
of you, all you hating ass that say the same shit about us, it's coming to y'all. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know you're bleeding.
it's
Made
okay,
somebody
that got
bleed.
bleeped big
My
time.
bad.
But it's okay, yeah, but we're unks now. It's actually I like it. I embrace the unk rule. I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious when I've gone to the new house and gone to like Jason's stream or something. Everyone's saying unk in the chat.
I mean, it's low-key a blessing. They're saying that you
Yeah,
got the wisdom.
Yeah, well,
They say,
okay, I'll
like, you
take
get
the
it from a
unk.
different perspective.
Adapts an unk too, which is interesting.
Strange to see.
Yeah, but he got wiser as he
No,
got
for
older.
sure. Because
I love
He's
Adapt.
been through a lot, right?
No, he has.
that's
I was
how
trolling.
you learn.
He's
It's
a
one way
great-
you learn, you know?
He's a great kid, but we're both 28 and we both grew up basically online, like our entire lives.
I think we have the best perspective of it because we saw it without for a second. And then right when we turned like, I don't know, was it 11, 12? Like it was heavily in our
yeah,
life.
yeah. I don't know. I know you started YouTube even at like
06.
06.
But I started with anime music videos, WWE intros, just camera footage of like Dragon Ball Z, Tenkaichi 2,
Jeff
and
Hardy?
stuff like that.
Jeff
Of
Hardy?
course, Jeff
Yeah.
Hardy, Swanton Bomb compilations, all that.
Yeah, 2006. Wasn't on YouTube. I remember that I have early memories of like, you know a guy named Ty's iPhone Help?
I think that's where you got
It's-
Banana Phone from, right?
No, I got
No,
it from Ring Ring Banana Phone.
Oh.
But there's a guy that used to make like iPhone app reviews. I remember being like, I was probably like 12, and I would like fake make those videos in my room, in my mom's room actually. I remember, but yeah, I started in 2008. I think I opened my channel. You were 2006. So we both, either way, our prime freaking
I actually found YouTube in computer class, 4th grade.
really.
Some kid Ammar showed me. He said, look, YouTube, what the that? And he's like, you just like watch videos.
Oh,
and
he
stuff.
opened a whole,
Oh,
whole
wait.
new world.
I think Alvin and the Chipmunks was before all that.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking.
That might
about
have been the
this.
first thing I did.
So you were on creating early. I was
even
watching.
made like lame vlogs and stuff, like through a laptop.
Where are they?
I forgot who even had it. Sony Vaio. This kid I knew in class. What do you mean deleted? That's the first thing I made sure to delete, even before like my name's ever rained. I swear to God, it's that bad.
At least you had the password.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, those are gone. I swear. There's one channel I can't get rid of, but there's nothing about me on it. It's just all the stuff I'm talking about.
Where is it?
Somewhere. on the internet. Never to be found.
Well, we both grew up basically online. Me and you are a little different. We're like I got hacked and swatted and all this stuff when I was like maybe 16.
Oh, we didn't get swatted?
Huh?
We didn't get swatted?
No, I know. I'm
You
saying.
heard me tell the Polish story on Swag?
Yeah, I did see that.
That
Yeah,
one
yeah,
sucked.
I know. That was bad.
You were there with me. That's why I
was.
remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got swatted when I was 16 though.
I remember at your crib.
It was really bad. Like it was really bad. Like helicopters and like shotguns. Like if you move, you're
That
gonna
was
be shot.
before people swatted.
Yeah, it was early. My whole family was
That was
there.
before New York House, right?
Yeah, way before.
Yeah.
A couple years before. My family was there. My brother's friends were there. A bunch of babies were there. It was crazy. So after that moment, I was like, I made a decision at 16. Like I'm being private.
Fully
man.
anonymous with
So
your name and stuff.
I was-
Until your fans grow up and don't want to do that no more.
Yeah. So I was fully private. Most of and I still am very private person. I don't talk like I don't share a lot of my personal life. You're the opposite.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's why that's not the only reason, but that's one of the reasons why people love you so much is because like they really know you. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
you
I
were
mean,
always very authentic.
I just feel like there's a lot to learn.
Yeah, and you just
there's
always
a lot, even if it's bad. Like that's why everyone got ammo about me. A lot of people went through stuff they just will never tell you.
yeah.
I just don't mind. Like especially when you beat it, you get through it. Like they know you can
Yeah.
help somebody that's maybe going through it, expedite the process for them, and look at a different perspective.
Yeah, and
worth
you,
it.
which I'm sure we'll get to at some point, what your experience was.
Yeah.
But
Being a
from the
pussy.
beginning, you were definitely like open. Always, you always, you had your mom on a lot, like from the beginning, your sister and stuff like that. But a lot of people know about your childhood. But I want to ask everyone. But like, what was your childhood like? Where's your family from? I know you're from Mississauga.
Yeah,
everyone
I grew
knows.
up Mississauga, so I grew up in a hospital called Trillium. It's like near this place called Port Credit. It's in Mississauga. It's right there. It's in Mississauga, and there's like Port Credit down there. I lived there, and then I was only there until I was like 5. Then we moved to Abu Dhabi 4 years. I actually
forget
still
that.
don't. I do too.
I forget you.
I
lived
still
there.
do too. Like
crazy.
it's such an early random part of my life that I don't know. Came back. Dad realized we were not it. He left. He was gone. He's like, wait.
Okay,
these guys
okay,
not
hold on. If you don't mind, you've been memeing this for a decade now.
No, he's back. He got
About
the milk.
your
Me
dad.
and him. Me and him.
Wait,
the milk.
okay,
we
hold
good.
on. Can we say it in normal terms that people aren't gonna catch on to your jokes but
Like what? Milk.
so your dad, you said when he came back from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Is
When
when
we
you-
came back, we all went back to Canada,
Yeah,
and then he just cut.
he just
Just him and, you know what it is now that I'm older, it's not like this he left a little kid. It's just him and my mom wasn't working, and sometimes like I get it. Like as I've gotten older, people got crazy baby mama drama.
Yeah.
Some people just aren't meant to be together. No matter, even if my mom was a super film, she's my goat. I don't care, but
Your
she
mom
wasn't. Like
was super
it's
film.
just incompatible, bro. They
Yeah,
did not
yeah.
work out. So
Did you remember? Like, do you actually remember that coming home? Like, did he dip before you got there? or
I just
after?
remember one day being like sad about it, but I got over it super quick because
Yeah.
it wasn't the chillest at the time.
No, of course.
Like, I've heard
mean,
of chiller people. He wasn't that chill.
No, obviously
But-
that's a rough thing to grow up with.
Yeah, so it sucked seeing it all the time, but
yeah.
like it's okay.
Because I remember early even playing with you in like, I have a memory on Cargo of you saying you were gonna
I'm
see
going
your
to see my
dad
dad at
in
court the next day.
Yeah, so
yeah, and I hit the suicide. And I had Gummy do a one piece edit. I won't clip that. I remember.
dude. So my memory, you always validate
That's
my
the
memories.
first
I'm
time
like, is that a real
we
memory?
talked about it, and like I was like, oh, he's being kind of chill. But then we got super competitive. That was like the first time you were kind of like nice about something. Sorry. Listen.
You put it
His
all on me.
character development skyrocket. It's like the craziest meme coin to the moon. I swear to God, like you changed so much.
I mean, I appreciate
It was your
it.
environment too. The people you played with, toxic internet kids.
It was definitely extremely toxic group.
yeah, and like
but
we're
I
just
was
trying
a-
to fit in. Every kid
I
is
was a-
so
I'm
brain
sure
dead with
I-
that. I just want to fit in.
Yeah, but still, either way, we had that conversation. I remember. But so you just said he's back. You talk to your dad now?
I taxed him 17 years. Like in the beginning, he left us, but then like I left his ass right back, right? Because
So he was trying. He was trying
a
again.
couple times, a few times.
But then you got when you got older. I mean, because I remember, bro. I remember most of most of our friendship. You were like, I'm never talking to him, and like you never.
Well,
wanted anything to
obviously, that's why you don't. Elon said something I think is very important. He said, "Never think in certainties, always possibilities." Because you're kind of ignorant if you always think in certainties that you're not certain about, because you just really never know. Like things look a certain way and the odds could be a certain way, but you just really never know.
We've learned that in a lot of ways.
That's why I think the smartest, most understanding people understand that they don't understand. People that think they have everything figured out and want to answer for everything might be the most like smooth-brained people that exist.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, you're
Because
right.
they can't be okay with being like, well, I just don't know. Sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah.
They have to know.
No, I
so
mean-
they'll try to justify anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, 100%.
Swear to God, they're crazy. So many people
You're
are like
right.
that.
The best, like one of the best qualities you can have is just saying I don't know, and just being
Yeah,
open
just
to
be
learn.
honest about
Yeah.
it. Some people like they need to bullshit some answers, so they just like jump on anything.
100%. Well, I'm glad to hear that, I mean, you told me this before the podcast, obviously, but like, that's cool. I'm glad that you're happy with that situation.
No, and he's chill. Like seeing him with
Yeah.
his new family, because I have 2 brothers now. I guess they're awesome though.
That's dope.
They're 5 and 8, but they crazy as hell.
They're little?
5 and 8.
That's crazy.
Like I didn't really know what that was till I was like 12, dog.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like that's realistically when I was like, oh, there's more than P.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like when I realized, buddy, they're 5 and 8 and like know everything.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
And it's definitely it's from school.
The internet is crazy now. Yeah,
Talking about Riz and
school-
Gyat and all that, Skibbity.
Yeah,
they're
it's bad.
5
Bro, it's bad.
and 8.
Some of these,
Like what are you doing?
well, you
Bro,
know,
one of them was doing the air. I swear to God, I was like, what? So what are you doing? And then the other one said it. I was like, bro, how do you guys even know that?
Yeah,
Why
no,
are you doing that?
it is crazy.
Blows my mind,
You know,
bro.
FaZe Baby. You're a big fan of FaZe Baby.
yeah, of course.
I just saw your vlog of him at visiting the house a few days ago, in the LA house. But FaZe
Wait, how
Baby
old is he now?
Just turned 10.
Oh, 9. Okay, that's 9, 10.
10. He has his brother's
true, yeah.
7 or 8 now. But yeah, like thank
So
God
crazy.
he's not like that.
Does he go to private school?
He
Public?
doesn't. Public, I know. I told my brother.
And he doesn't know?
Tell my brother you got to get him out. I mean, he probably knows all this. He doesn't talk like that though, because we beat him.
mean-
Not beat him, guys. I'm Just joking.
What? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But he has 3
I wanted to weigh in on that in a
uncles
second,
and his dad. I'm just saying, like, we wouldn't allow him, to be.
Did you get beat as a kid?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay, so I got my beat but I deserved it, and this is like what's real, right? It was never like, and I always say this, like my parents never got drunk and beat me. That's not a concept. That was never something that happened. I feel like that's traumatizing.
For sure.
Where they get drunk and they're like, it's kind of scary, and you just unnecessarily.
No, that's
and get
crazy.
beat.
Yeah, that's insane.
I've seen that happen a lot.
That's sad. Yeah, that's
you know what I
really
mean?
sad,
To like people I went to school with and stuff, and they're just drunk. Parents are crazy. I always did something to get beat. Like even if it was like a little bit of irrational, like I left a mess and my mom beat my fine. I shouldn't have left a mess. Like everything had some sort of justification to it.
Yeah.
I said fine. Like she beat my sorry. So again, bleep again. Sorry, editor. But she had to beat my ass for that. That's fine. I deserve that one, right? So I'm not traumatized by any of it. And honestly, it's all comedic. My mom tries to still apologize about it to this day. Like she cries and apologizes. I'm like, bro, get over it. Like, yeah, it's fine. Like I'm fine. You didn't break anything. It's okay.
Yeah, again, you have a unique perspective on life
Because sometimes you deserve it.
But you have a lot of experiences. Yeah, but
it's also the way you look at it, right?
yeah,
It's so many things. I'm sure a lot of people had almost the exact same experiences as me, but maybe they're just too negative to look at it in the right way. Because it's always this perspective.
yeah. But bro, you also like again. I've told you this a million times, but the way that you were able to look at everything in a positive way is like, especially where you were a few years ago.
But no, I didn't. I tried to off myself over
saying
minor
now. I'm saying
inconveniences.
now.
That's the softest thing a human could do.
I understand. I'm saying now you got to a point where you're like, you have this like rock solid
But yeah,
mentality.
because of
but
that.
it took you a
That's
long
why,
it's
again, I
'cause you're
tell people I
experiencing.
wouldn't change it if I could.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't change a thing.
Which
it's embarrassing.
again,
I wouldn't change
I'm gonna
it.
just because we're gonna obviously get to a little bit of that. You've already talked about. I'm not trying to talk about the things that we've already talked about a million times. I'm not trying to talk about FaZe and
Of
like.
course, yeah, because they know.
Everyone knows, and that's not what this is about.
We
It's not
sold
another
out.
one
We
of
made
those.
$100 million
Yeah,
each and
right.
sold out the company.
So they all. I wish.
That's what they think.
Guys,
I wish.
wish.
Dude, at this point, I just told you, bro. At this point, I wish we sold the company. I wish I scammed people and see us go wild. I said, like, what the.
Yeah.
Like you still just get blamed for something you didn't do.
We didn't sell
That's
anything.
the crazy part about being in a position where you could technically do something but don't. Is that people will always think if you coulda, you woulda.
Yeah.
Every time. It's crazy.
Maybe one day we'll have that type of money, but not today. Speaking about money, and we wish we have that.
I'm way more of a minimal. I told you, bro. You just get the 32 pack and you call it a day.
No, I'm not.
A minimalist.
I'm not even.
now.
It's not about any of that. Me too. I mean, my family.
But you've always been a minimalist since day one.
Yeah, because I grew
You're
up.
just like I have to spend money.
Because the way I grew up, my dad came from Palestine with $100. So
I didn't have a memory card. I was broke too.
Yeah, so my dad moved here, $100, pumped gas, did every job you can think of, sandwich shop, everything, and then
You had sleep for dinner how many nights a year?
no, to be honest, like
Never?
not me. Like I don't.
That was like
I'm
the house
fourth-
special here.
I'm the youngest kid. You know what I'm saying? So like by the time I was old,
Retweet.
we were fine. I mean, paycheck to paycheck my entire life. Like my parents were not well off, but my dad like moved to a nice community, so he had high bills, but he was able. So like we didn't necessarily have a lot of savings, but like he put us in a nice area. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. I didn't grow up in the. Yeah, I grew up in a good
That's why
environment.
I just find it insane when they say internet work's like hard work. When you think about what our parents had to do.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
It's wild.
No,
bro.
I can't believe it. I mean, because he was younger than I. He came over here, barely knew English. $100, just like spawned into America. I'm like, all right, let's figure it out. He had a kidney stone his first night in America.
No way.
Yeah, I swear. He rented out like a pizza shop for him and my mom's wedding, and a family member charged him like for it. Pretty crazy times, but yeah. But like I grew up with that, so my parents are very frugal. So like, I never spend. I like still cringe when I have to spend. Swear to God, like even if I spend, like if I buy a water bottle from like somewhere and it's like $5, like it literally boils my blood still because it's just like insane.
It's
like,
the point.
Yeah, I just can't. So that's just how I grew up.
But
So,
California is insane with that.
California
Everything
is
is just like
insane.
they add cost for fun.
yeah, I don't spend money. I never spend money on myself. I'm just But what was yours like though? Your family when you growing up?
Same thing. I grew up kind of jealous of people because they could have stuff and I just like never did. I told you, even with a memory card, I used to get on the game, have to start from fresh every day.
Yeah, that's insane.
But that's low key what made me better.
yeah.
Think about
what
it.
game?
Like I don't even remember. That's what I'm saying. It was just like random games. That's like when I was like 8, 9, 10. When I got to like PS2, I think it already had it in it. You didn't need memory cards for PS2, right?
Maybe I'm thinking
I don't think so.
N64. You need a memory
I'm saying
card.
PS1,
Yeah, yeah.
like when I was playing
Oh, okay,
PS1.
okay.
Like Mortal Kombat, just different
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I do the story modes, do different stuff like that, right? But you had to speed run it every day.
Yeah,
so I feel like that's what made me better because I had to do everything quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. Because
That's
I wanted
interesting.
to play more, I only had a certain amount of hours, and at the same time do the same shit every day.
That's interesting.
That was only PS1 though. PS1 era. I think PS2, it either came with a memory card or that was just in the past. All I ever wanted as a kid was a memory card, maybe some cheese strings, and some Lunchables. And that's it.
No, that's crazy.
never had 'em.
I mean, that is that. But the point that it's something as small as memory card, then you couldn't get it. It's like
Now that's
it's
not even a
good-
concept. The
it's a-
15-year-old's like, what, you even memory card for what?
Yeah,
It does not a
and it's a good
concept.
indication of like what you're. Because also something I think of nowadays, a lot of people like if they don't have the money, they'll still spend like they have the money.
But I mean, I technically still had a console, so be grateful for that, right?
Yeah.
Like a memory card's a memory card, but
No, for
I
sure.
had a console.
But still, it shows the financial situation. So your family wasn't necessarily well off. You guys were just kind of making it.
Well, I don't really remember with my dad. I'm sure we were never well off, but it was like, okay, it wasn't terrible. Never like we're in the streets. Never at that point. I don't think I'd sleep for dinner much. That was more when my mom was single mom. When she was single mom vibes. That was like sleep for dinner pretty much always, and it wasn't her fault. Tired of working.
You remember that?
Yeah, that part's way more like
Really? That's
yeah,
crazy.
because that was like the harder part of life. Like
How old
earlier,
how old were you?
11, 12, 13. Then Al spawned in. Blessed.
Hell.
No,
Shout
before
out
that
Al.
time, when I was like, I used to think Al was like rich, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, he gets me popcorn chicken.
Yeah.
Only rich people can do that.
Yeah.
Because there's like levels to it,
Yeah.
you know?
No, for sure.
But he was doing well from his job. Like it wasn't, he had a lot of benefits too. So it was good.
It's crazy, and I mean, I'm just interesting to see where everyone has such different childhoods.
Yeah.
So again, like people automatically assume anybody on YouTube. I mean, especially you had a flashy few years, right, at your prime, buying,
I feel like everyone
jewelry
has to
and-
experience it once.
No, I know, but
just to like know you don't like it. Because that's ultimately what most people end up coming to.
My point is because of that, people assume probably that you're just like.
No, you do
always
it
had
because you
money
actually
and-
hate yourself. It's actually backwards. You do it because you hate yourself, and it's like, wait, maybe I'll like myself. And you're like, okay, I gotta do it again. Still don't like myself. Okay, let me do it again. It's like that. All people go out instead of going in. Does that make sense?
It doesn't make
Like
sense.
you'll look out to things that make you feel good inside instead of just working in out. You know what
No,
I mean?
I
Kind
get
of
what
worded
you're
that
saying.
weird, but
Yeah.
you always got to fix everything
when-
inside before you do all that.
So in like 2018, 2019, when you're buying all the designer clothes and
From 1996 to 2021. Yeah.
you were just like you think you were trying to
I
like
hated myself. That's why like when people try to say like I had an ego back then, like it's actually funny because like back then I used to like when I look through my old messages, I don't know if you're like this, you see your old DMs from like 2014, 15, like the way you used to talk. I used to like one word people all the time, like just ignore people, do like that all the time, and it was because I was insecure. If that makes sense.
that does make sense and obviously
And I see it in the kids now, like they give each other attitude because I can just tell.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to put on an act because they're insecure. Like they don't care and like people are egoing each other, leaving each other on red. So like, no, I gotta leave him on red before he leaves me on red. I swear to God, I see it.
back to the original thing we talked about. We both learned how it's better to like to drop that whatever that jealousy was. Ego is another one of those things that
Yeah.
just like it's a killer. If you can't get it under control, it's gonna
For
literally
sure.
stop any success that you can get. So when you were little, then I guess if you said you felt like that your whole life, I mean, but what were you like before YouTube? What were you like as a child?
I played soccer, but my feet were too big for my little body, so I sucked. I would toe punt everything. It was so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What
I didn't
about
play
like
basketball.
hobbies and stuff? Like, what did you do as a kid?
I played a lot of games. I just like I don't know. When you were a kid, there was like more like random outdoor games and like people actually that would play tag and freeze
Yeah.
tag and like random games like that. So obviously, when I lived in that area, I did that because it was like two buildings and all the
All the
all the
kids
like
would
13, 14 year olds would always, or not even 13, probably like 10 to 12-year-old kids would just go down there and play all the time. Like this lame. I feel like that doesn't happen as much these days.
Probably
like
not,
kids
yeah.
all just link up and play. I swear
They're
to
on
God.
Fortnite, but
link
my-
up
that-
on the buzzer and just like ask if they're home.
No,
like,
that's dope. I
know what I mean?
remember.
Like,
I
that-
remember calling my like cousin and stuff. Yeah, like trying to play or trying to.
That's how you do. You go to their apartment,
Yeah.
you buzz it in the thing, and you talk to their mom real quick. Are they home? Can they come down and play? I swear to God.
No, but
it's
you're
like,
right. Now it's like, and I'm not even hating because like it is what it is.
I just
how
text
many
each other
times do we play
Discord.
video games? But like my nephew, like I've noticed, like him and his friends, they just Fortnite. Fortnite's such a big part of middle school culture. It's crazy. It's like their way of hanging out. It's even like sometimes parents will ask me, how many hours do you think they should play a day?
It's
I'm like-
hard to gauge,
I'm like,
right?
it's so hard to gauge. One, like first off, I can't be hypocritical. Like I used to play like 8, 10 hours a day, right? But two, it's like, dude, it's so different because it's literally like if they don't play Fortnite or they're not like up to date, it's like you're taking out like such a big part of their like
Social
culture.
life in a
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
It's like
No, I
sport.
get
it was
it.
like basketball or whatever it was for our.
No,
for
because
us.
gaming isn't something you have to hide anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And
I used to have to hide that in high school. I don't know about you, but no way. It was not worth it. For people to know I made.
100%.
Didn't matter how much money I was making. I was like, nobody's gonna know.
no,
this.
bro,
That's
my
embarrassing.
first when I started making YouTube videos, I was a freshman in high school. And I still remember, I did an Easy Cap give. You know Easy Cap? Easy Cap.
That was for Dazzle, right?
Yeah, Easy Cap's
Or-
like a $5 capture device. So I actually bought it. It was the first thing I recorded with. I bought that when I had no subscribers. I just wanted to be a YouTuber. $5. And shout out my dad. I wanted an HD TV, so the quality was like a little better.
I know you
So it
told me
went
this.
from super stretch to like
Where did you talk about
16:9
this recently?
on the ESPN documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, I asked my dad for an HD TV, and I think he had like $400 in his bank.
Yeah.
And it was like $300, and he bought it. And my mom was like tripping, not like, why would you do that? I don't know why he did it, but like
No, on God, that's insane that he did that.
it was because then after like a couple months later, I was in FaZe.
Are you sure he didn't have like 800? No way.
No, I swear to God,
It's 4.
I can literally. Should I call him right now? I'm gonna call him. I'm actually gonna call him. By the way, he loves you. Oh my God, you already know that. Hold
On God, I was like, they probably think I'm a crazy drug addict. I was gonna let it go. I don't know what they
you
think
and my
of
dad
it.
had a great. Hold on, I have to actually ask him. Alaikum salam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
I'm good. I have a question for you. Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Go ahead.
Remember when you bought the HD TV? How much money was it, and how much was in your bank?
It was 289. Was open stock. 289.
He knows the exact number. 289.
289 plus tax, and you had how much?
500.
And you paid for it full out, or was it payment plan?
No, I paid it.
I don't think payment plans were a thing like that back
It's not just that, and I have upgraded your internet. Remember?
Oh yeah.
$99.
Oh, give me
paying
high
back?
speed. So I had a 3-bar at least on MW2.
Yeah, I gave you high speed. Remember for $99
Wow.
a month.
Wow. Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Why did you do that exactly? What was the reason there?
I do that for my kids.
Well,
I do it.
I was just random because at that time I wasn't making YouTube videos, so I was just. I'm talking. You remember my best friend FaZe Rain? He's here with me.
Yeah.
Kifak Ammo. How are you, Sam?
وبعدين معاك يا ريان.
How are you?
How you doing? Are you gonna keep
Alhamdulillah. Dude,
My
I-
dad
I
had a
can't.
mental breakdown when the FaZe stock crashed, like worse than me.
But the
Every
fact-
day he's like,
But I honestly,
Yeah.
I blame you for not telling that was gonna happen anyways.
I did tell him.
You should have told him, hey, this is fake. They're
I
pumping dumping
swear to
us.
God, I told him.
Like,
I told
anyone
him,
that
look
thought
at
it
me.
was a real concept,
I
it's
told
like,
him,
what
look at me. I said, listen, you're gonna see the number high. It's not gonna be real. I'm not gonna get any money. I swear to God, I told him a year before, and I reminded him every month, but he didn't want to believe it. He could not accept it. So when it crashed, he went crazy. Anyways, that's why he said that. But anyways,
I had nothing. Whether I opened my mouth or not, that would have happened. You know?
You think he understands?
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Anyways, when I was in high school, I gave away an easy cap when I hit 500 subscribers, and one of my friends posted it on his Facebook as like a meme. He's like, "Easy cap giveaway, guys! Make sure you enter." Like completely memeing me, and I remember I was so embarrassed of it. And then a couple years
You had
later,
your face in there or no?
no, I didn't show my face at the time, but still, I was like, "Why the hell would you post that?"
Yeah.
But yeah, I was definitely even when I started making videos, even when I joined FaZe, my brothers would go around our community like tell people, and I was always cringing at it. Like I hated.
Well, my mom does that to this day, and it drives me crazy.
Now I'm like whatever,
No, I hate
but when we were younger, that was the point that I was trying to make. Like you brought it up, you hated it because gaming, especially, like you didn't want it to be attached to it. So when both of us, I remember when you did your face reveal when we were at MLG Anaheim, and I know I had this, and then I know you didn't really want to do it, and I know I didn't really want to do it.
Is
But
that when we
like,
both did it?
no, I did it a little before that.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to go to I was going to the event, so I vlogged. But we were both very hesitant. We were both embarrassed. So you had the same experience as me. Like you hated people talking about it. No part of you liked when anyone.
That's what insecure kids do, you know?
Yeah, I mean it was but at the same time, it was a big step to put our like face online. At that time, it wasn't really a thing. I remember I did it when I hit 300K. I think 300K IRL.
Still did it. So like Hex was doing that already, and Predator. I think we already knew what they all looked like. But I'm
Yeah.
saying from our world, nobody.
Yeah.
Oh snap.
That was a big decision. I kind of changed everything. Obviously, a year later, basically, we moved into the house and we're in New York. But
Really?
yeah, I mean, it must be
From Anaheim?
yeah,
No.
2013, bro.
Yeah,
2013.
and the
MLG.
it's
yeah.
pretty much 2015 we moved in because it was like literally
It was
end of
November.
November.
It was
I
November.
moved in December 1st.
I moved in November.
After
I
MLG
remember
Columbus.
November 12th. It's been 10 years, which is insane. This
But
year.
you know what's sick? I missed out on there was like no AC or no heater or something in the beginning, right? Everything was chopped.
Probably because I remember I wanted to leave so bad the first.
I still wanted to
month.
leave the first month I was there too.
But until like January, I was like, please make this fail so I can go home. That's really how I felt. I swear to God. But before all that, before we even started making money and stuff, like we obviously had a freaking crazy passion. Like it was just, I mean, I can't even say crazy passion for me. It's so weird, but like I literally not hated, but I remember my cousin would come over and bring MW2 and like I didn't want to play it. Then literally like 6 months down the road,
Because you're playing baseball, right?
yeah, I was baseball, obsessed with baseball. Then I randomly played it, and then like I swear it felt like within 6 months I joined FaZe. Like, really happened out of nowhere for me. But then it obviously became something that was really fun. We weren't making money for probably years, right?
No, I didn't make money for like 8 years into the game.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because I was a kid.
So you're like famously, obviously known for retiring your mom.
7.
What age was that at?
17.
17.
Like right before I dropped out of high school.
So you're talking about not eat, sleep for dinner 5 years before?
A few years, yeah. 3, 4 years, yeah.
So obviously you began making money on YouTube, and that like completely changed the trajectory of your
Yeah,
whole
my principal told me to drop out.
of high school.
Yeah, because my mom was not going to let me.
Really?
Yeah.
Al convinced her?
No, my principal.
Oh, your principal. I thought you said your
He
parents
told her
both.
just sign it, dog. But he make more money than me. Let him get out of here.
Your principal.
Yeah, 'cause
I
he make
remember
more
you
money
talking
than
about
him.
it.
So he was just like, get out.
How
And
many-
he had a very similar experience when he was younger. He said like he was a part of. There's a big magazine in Toronto called Toronto Sun. He said he was like a part of it in the beginning. Then his parents wanted him to go to school, so he missed out on it. Ended up popping off. I think they still sponsor the Raptors, like on the.
I've
jersey.
seen that name, yeah.
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 So he was pissed about that. So he didn't want me to go
So
through
he
it
had
too.
that story. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Very few people would understand.
He dropped a fire quote too. I don't want to butcher it though. He said something, but like school's not about like, I don't know. He snapped with it though. He's pretty much just saying like school isn't for necessarily college, just to get you ready for life. And if this is where your life is, we did our job. Type way harder though. That's what I want to say.
Shout out your principal.
No, he's a G.
Don't say his name. I don't want to get
Mr.
doxed.
Zamet. I don't even. Is this sound up? I don't know if he's alive.
Mr. What?
Mr. Zamet. I
Zamet?
hope he is. I hope you are. I've been trying to see him since. I haven't seen him once.
Really?
I've been trying to. Every time I called, I'm pretty sure he was a principal for RJ Barrett's school, St. Marcy's. I think.
NBA player.
Huh?
I said the NBA player. RJ
Yeah,
Barrett,
I think he was the principal for his school. But then I kept calling. He was having like a heart transplant. I could never reach him. I tried.
Oh, man.
I tried for years, and then like last couple of years, I could just haven't. You know.
Well, hopefully he's good.
I hope so. He's a G.
So
I like him.
I'm gonna pocket watch, since I just heard you talk about it already on Swag's podcast. But at your peak, what were you making?
Like 300.
300.
And you know what's amazing too? Because the way the Canadian like dollar was set up, like you transfer over, get an extra 100 bands for free.
So you're making 300K a month.
Yeah.
This is in New York House.
Yeah. New York, Newport.
You were triple
Because
uploading.
when my vlog channel, because I have the 10 CPM, I do my singular brand deal a month sometimes, and then like I do the merch. The merch would be fire
the
depending.
merch was
It would only do well when I did 1 mil, 2 mil, 3 mil, the Keep It Real shirt, like those type of. They would do well. The Albert Einstein stuff, those did well. Scuff was always like a chunky, nice quarterly. Control Freak, paid my phone bill.
It's interesting because we were like the first to really start. I mean, like obviously neither of us had any guidance in this. Love my
Zero.
dad.
We
to
had
de-
to fi- I
Love
mean,
my dad to
duh,
death, but like he could
How
give
are
me
they
any
supposed to know?
advice.
Yeah.
So we were out here negotiating brand deals for ourselves. We were taking codes with
Isn't
like.
it insane people get paid less now though, like per the view?
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard you say that. I don't really know what the market's like now.
It's insane. I find it insane. Just because there's so much more creators willing to take less,
No,
they
it
don't have
makes
to pay
sense.
it makes sense.
But when we were doing it,
But the people can get bigger brand deals, if that makes sense.
no, I get
So whatever the
100%.
max was back then, the max now is way higher.
No, for sure.
That's
so,
what I'm saying.
So when we were at our peak, it was AdSense, YouTube AdSense. It was clothing, like random clothing drops. We would do for
Yeah.
like special occasions, sell like 300 of them. Then it was some brand deals. Then Scuff and Control Freak had us on.
Control Freak, no, this is like adorable.
Yeah, but it was like they had us on the 10% discount. So some money from that.
But you know what made me realize? Like, because I'd make like whatever, 15, right? 1,500 from it. And I'd think about it, be like, well, they're only $10.
Yeah,
That means that was 1,500 sales.
yeah.
Then you think about that with something else, and it's like, dude,
It-
1,500 sales of something
it's
else
a lot, yeah.
that you own can actually add up, especially when you're that young.
It is,
When you're
and-
like 15, 16.
That's the thing. Now it's so easy to look back at, like, damn, like some of the numbers that we would be able to push. Obviously, not even making money wise. So I think we both look back and we're just like, I didn't make anywhere near as much as you did. But still, I'm just looking back. I'm like, damn, I can't
You
believe
didn't
how
triple
much
upload.
money I used to make. Yeah, I didn't. I used to double upload though.
For a little, not
For a
the
little
whole
bit.
time. There was like a year.
There was like a month or so.
Yeah,
A
December.
few months. Yeah. December.
Decembers.
Yeah. No, I think I did it for a little.
For a
longer.
part-timer,
But yeah, it wasn't like you. Your work ethic was crazy.
No, bro, it's just, it was so easy.
it was.
Like it was. Like
we
once
just had,
you caught momentum with that, like people think I had a strategy. I would only strategize for like Gfinity. Like we go to Gfinity, I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait.
Yeah.
now.
We would
Get it
barely
right.
plan videos. Yeah.
Boy, the day like I wake
morning
up and
of,
we
yeah.
find out what we doing. It was never, but it was easy because like we could make anything work.
Yeah, we'd all film for each other. 100%.
Like y'all low key, like yeah, New York House was great, but some of y'all be delusional about it. They think it was like way better in my opinion than it was. Like it was a dope feeling at the time.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm talking about the old CODs. Like,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
objectively for somebody to go who doesn't know us to go watch those videos, it won't hit.
yeah.
It's like you have to be there.
No, for sure.
if that
Because it
makes
was a
sense.
special era.
Yeah.
And even that, like we always talk about too, like we made good money, thank God we were blessed to do it as a job and make good money. But like nowadays, if we were at the peak we were at, like there'd just be way more revenues of money
Why
to
do
make
each one's
money.
making 3 times as much? Just because of all the other streams you can make and how much more promotion.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
And
us
every-
getting an M on YouTube.
Now
we're gonna be getting
everyone,
more because of
someone
this stuff.
pops off, they're signed to an agency right away. They got like pros.
The worst makes me sad. It breaks my heart.
Yeah, but they got people negotiating like, $7, $5, $10 million deals for them. Like I remember literally I'd email like, I get a brand deal and like you try to make it sound all professional, sending it back like as if someone else is speaking for me. I'm like 18, and I'm trying to negotiate. I'm like, "What's your budget?" You know, I always ask that question and like trying to figure it out. Like we literally just figured it out because we had no other choice. And it was interesting. I mean, it was cool. I look back, it was really cool. I mean, I guess like I'm impressed of us as little kids that we just kind of figured it out. To be honest, because there was no blueprint at all. Now it all sounds obvious, but nobody was doing it. So it was a cool
I'm trying
time.
to think of who really could have been the blueprint though. Most probably like PewDiePie, KSI. That's like I don't. It's only other people I would like.
I don't even remember PewDiePie before.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
but
he
even
was-
then
he was
they were
already
way
getting-
different YouTubers though.
Huh?
They're just way different though.
They're different, but it just
We were
like,
uploading daily.
Yeah, I guess I never like used any of like PewDiePie's like
Yeah.
stuff in mine. KSI for sure though. Like the Q&As even is for.
Oh no,
for
really
him.
good. Yeah, they were
You know what I
really
mean?
good. So
KSI is still the most goated in my opinion.
He
Just the way
is.
he like did everything.
yeah, those Q&A Sundays and stuff. Yeah, those were legendary.
Goated.
Let's just rough estimate. Let's just say for a year you made like 300K a month, 3.6 million a year, whatever. All that money, and I'm asking because I partially know the answer, and I
I took it.
have a similar
Insane.
story. But yeah, what is your financial situation like now? Since
I mean,
we
I'm chilling.
stopped.
Obviously, like I'm not making as much as I used to, but I'm chilling. Like I'm not worried, and also I don't have to. Other than my family, I don't really have to spend as much on stuff. Even though this trash apartment sticks to a month, like for what?
Well, that's a lot of money still.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Could be a crib somewhere, but instead, this is trash apartment. But it's cool.
Yeah, but like,
No, I
okay,
mean, I'm
well,
good.
because I'll just speak from why I'm asking. I'll speak from my perspective. Obviously, at some point, when you're making a lot of money every month and you don't have bills and the money's stacking, you just feel like it's
That's what's also insane. Is like my bills with my family was whatever, but dude, like
yeah, it's crazy. Now it's like a default. You have like a lot of money you have to spend a month for family for certain things.
that's
Back
what was
then,
insane. We just got to stack it up.
back
stack
then
it
it
up.
was just fully stacking. Like, bro, we didn't even other than what getting food twice a day. Like, literally, I bought nothing else. Literally, other than paying editors and stuff like that. So for me, like,
You paid editors back then?
yeah, what do you mean?
I-
Oh no, not editors, thumbnail designers back
Oh.
then. I edited back then.
I was about to say
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
ever remember you having an editor.
No. I
thumbnails,
edited,
of course.
Yeah. But after a few years of me not making YouTube videos and kind of like disappearing for a little bit, like I just watched it all diminish. Then I made, then I got back a little into it and blah, blah, blah. And then now I went to another stage where I kind of like, I've been in and out. So I've seen, and I just, I obviously had all my eggs in kind of FaZe basket of like, all right, I'm just going to fully put all my energy into FaZe.
But you know what's so interesting about it though is that when we were coming up, it wasn't even a concept of ever even making that much.
No, it wasn't. I'm saying looking back.
No, I know.
I'm saying looking back now.
But that's what made us make it. That's
No.
what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Is that when you do it for the reason where you're not really trying to make money, but you love it so much that you do it at that high level
No,
because you
100%.
love it,
Yeah, 100%.
you're gonna make money.
100%.
But that's what's always been like, bro. There was a point in 2021 I was chopped. Like it was because medical bills, IRS. I was just, whew, I couldn't make content because I needed money.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I get it. Yeah.
I can't. Like it's weird.
No,
It's
I
like,
get it.
what the f- when
No,
I,
no,
when I
it-
think that that's what I have to do,
It's not. You
I don't
can't
even know what to make.
You can't even do it. Like it doesn't.
Literally,
It
like,
doesn't
what am I
work.
supposed to fucking
Yeah,
do?
it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
So it's like I can only do stuff when I actually want to.
100%. So okay. So for example, I had moments where I was like, all right, I watched my bingo go down and up and whatever, and like I got more involved. Whatever. I've learned over the years that the number one important thing is to just constantly make income, obviously, but like
course.
as much recurring income as you can. And that's one thing. Again, if I have any regrets, I guess I put all of my energy into building FaZe in the corporate world that it was in, hoping that it would pay off at the end. And I like kind of just like put myself.
Paid off someone.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, it definitely did. I mean, whatever. I'm not. It is what it is. But like, yeah, I got to a point where I'm like, all right. As FaZe was crashing, my bank was also like
They're moving together.
not good. Yeah, and I was like, all right, what am I gonna do? What is my life gonna be like right now? Because I wasn't trying to make YouTube videos again. I wasn't trying to get back publicly and all that. Especially with FaZe crashing, like, what am I gonna do publicly? Like you obviously were very publicly against FaZe and what was going on. Tico was. I'm like, dude, I can't even really like. What am I gonna even like? How do I even address this? I have to like, what even's gonna happen? We were trying to figure out what the next step was gonna be. So I was in this like. Took me a minute to like figure out what I wanted to do. Now, obviously, things are a little different. I know it's not. We're not necessarily in the best case scenario that we would love to be in, but now things are a little more clear. But like, I guess that was one regret I had. Right, is that I stopped and I never like continued making money, and I just kind of like I didn't realize that how quick money can go. But you're saying you still. So what do you do now to make?
God, bro. He's God.
Okay, well you
Skid
still.
Row's right there. Cheap.
Stop.
It's a really
Stop.
easy life, bro.
Stop. They're gonna think you're serious.
I know.
I guess my real question is all the money you made from YouTube gone?
No, fat FaZe Rain's money?
Yeah.
See, I still got some of basketball FaZe Rain's money, but fat FaZe Rain, oh yeah, that's a
Basketball FaZe in 2017, Newport House.
2017, 18 when he was hitting them goose at.
Yeah. Did you invest your money that you made?
Some, but dude, I was so dumb. I was so used to fast money. Dude, I could have had plays, bro.
Yeah.
Plays. But I didn't want to wait long. And I was like, I'm going to be dead. And I was stupid. And that's the worst part. That whole phase, oh my days. Like, who's trying to kill himself but also invest?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I was doing that for too long. And I've been saying this, it's kind of really fucked up to say. It's a lot better to be than to think about it. I think being in the middle is worse than actually pulling the trigger.
I mean,
I know there's still hope, so that's
like
the right way of looking at it.
Let's just change the example because
what do people say on TikTok? Sometimes on a live.
I'm just saying it's not even about that, but just it's a very extreme situation.
Yeah.
I think in general, though.
But it was like my thought process for 6 months or 6 years.
No, I fully understand.
It was such a long part of my life. That's all I thought about.
No, I know, which is insane.
Which is terrible. But what I'm trying to say is when you constantly think about it, you don't do anything good for yourself, and you're thinking about the exit.
That point is what I was gonna. That's what I realized about myself too. I literally sat there like this for 2 years, watching FaZe crash, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I just think about. And then I just you just have to start is the one thing. And I've told you this. I've talked to you multiple times, and you kind of always were like bringing me a different perspective and energy that kind of I guess.
That's why I hate that I like LARPed as somebody who was it hurts.
What do you mean?
Like live action role play? Like no way I was pretending. Like what's wrong with me, bro? It kills me. I swear because I'm not that guy. I'm really not. Like what happened? How did that happen?
Yeah.
But it was most of my life.
My point is you told me when I was just like this and like I don't know what's gonna happen with FaZe. And I told you, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'm gonna think about getting a different. I've never worked a job before FaZe, but I was gonna ask you that. Have you?
I mean, technically.
What did you do?
Like, it's urban, like Urban Outfitters behavior, whatever.
Yeah.
I did it for school though. Like instead of going to school, like there was credits where you could just go work.
Really? Like at a retail store? Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Fully clothes, greeted every nerd that walked in.
Greeted every nerd.
You just had to.
I've never since I was 14 I started making money on YouTube and like I never worked. So I had this stage where I was like, all right, am I gonna like take this experience and go to some random different type of job or what am I gonna do? Obviously now, FaZe is in a way better place than it was in my perspective at least, right? I think you agree. I think you agree too. Yeah.
The brand.
Yeah.
Business will still
the business is the business is nothing changed, but I have more I have a clearer path of like what I could do long term.
Yeah.
But my point is you were always like, what are you talking about? Like you were just very
there's actually finally an ecosystem since like Newport days.
No, for
there
sure.
hasn't been an ecosystem that long. Even when that shit was happening in Weed Lake, like it was doing decent on the FaZe channel, doing good. Some videos like bang.
Yeah.
But there still wasn't that ecosystem yet.
No, it wasn't. Yeah. You regret not investing. I definitely do. I mean, the only quote unquote investments I made, bro, it's after I stopped making money. All the money I had left in my
Do you
bank.
ever talk about it? Like the investment that I know that you made that nobody else knows?
No, but it's crypto. I made crypto investments.
Save the kids.
No, not
This
save
is
the
main
kids.
investor.
Dude, stop. We have nothing to do with that. God. But no, basically when 2020, when COVID hit, stock market crashed. My dad thinks he's a stock market analyst, which you think, he would have saw the FaZe crash coming, but he told me invest in this.
And he had insides on the company too.
Yeah. He said invest in this. I just would listen and just threw money because at that point I wasn't necessarily making money, but like
you wanted to at least multiply what you had.
No, but I still just looked at my different because I had a good amount in my bank. Dude, I overinvested so much. It's like it literally pains me so much now to think about how much money I would throw into random stocks,
I didn't say
not random coins like Ethereum and stuff, but like NFTs, bad.
You know that year I streamed?
Yeah.
Like when I was like hurt, every dollar I made, I invested in crypto, lost it all.
Yeah.
Everything.
So right now my money there is like
The whole year was
I
just
didn't
for
sell
funsies.
yet, but my money is like at an 80% loss. I sold a lot of my stock losses. I just took it. I lost so much money.
Yeah.
So regret, definitely have regrets of that. I wish there was a smarter investing. I don't personally invest in like deal with interest and stuff, for my religious beliefs. I can't make money off of interest, but like there's things like S&P 500.
Yeah.
And then
But
there's
I
like
just feel like you need a lot of money for that.
you do, but
I feel like putting
the
in
money
there-
I put into stupid coins and NFTs, if I
it
put it
added
into
up,
something like that,
It's still
and
I
just
feel
like you said, waited 20, but like even till now would have made money. Either way, that money wouldn't have been burned. It would be there. Still.
it'd be there. Yeah.
So, anyways, I have that regret for sure. So you didn't necessarily invest either the way
Yes,
you.
that's true. Like even if it doesn't make the crazy amount of money, the money's still there.
That's the
It's
thing.
Inflated the.
The problem with 2020, 2021 is everyone started like thinking like, dude, it's if you doubled your money, people were mad at in that crypto wave. in the stock market.
They didn't have
Like,
enough
oh my
money.
God, I should have put more and I would have 4x'd it. Like that's how people were thinking at that time. It was crazy. And I fell into that and I regret it big time. But even before that, I never invested. I mean, it's not like my dad's gonna, was ever investing his money or anything like that. So I feel like you did invest though younger. Did you not? I remember you in Canada, you opened up
sort of like originally it was in a mutual funds. I moved this to this different like version of it, but it wasn't from the bank because the one from the bank was the most stupid one in the world. Because every time you go to the bank, I'm sure the same thing happened to you. Like they're on your trying to get you to like, invest in their bullshit, right?
Yeah.
One time I folded. I gave him 200 grand, and bro, after 2 years, how much do you think it was?
After 2 years, what?
After 2 years, 200 grand. What do you think it turned into?
205,000.
193.
Oh,
I took that 193 and I just gave it to somebody that I knew. And I like ran the credit union, and I think in like a year it ended up going like 290. So I was like, whatever.
It's crazy because again, although we both grew up understanding the value of a dollar, people are gonna think we're insane for some of the numbers that we're talking about. Like we get it, we understand how crazy these numbers are, especially now looking back as we're older. We understand these numbers sound crazy, but that's the thing. A lot of people around us on the internet, like, dude, I still see people today, streamers and stuff. They act like 100K is nothing. It's like I get that you're making like stupid money.
It's just they're so young, you know exactly.
But exactly, I'm like, dude, no matter how much money you're making, the fact like how easy people are just throwing around money, it stresses me out, bro.
I just wish I threw aside about 95% and used the 5% that realistically would have like been good for my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wish I just never thought I had more than I did, and especially before I knew about taxes like that.
Yeah.
If I knew about
taxes,
taxes like that, I never would have
God.
bought my R8 cash like that. No way. And honestly, when I think about it, I begged you to co-sign that so I could lease it.
You're R8?
Yes.
I don't
It's
remember.
okay though. It's not your fault, and it's like it sounded scary at the time, but I for sure would
This
have
guy
made
has
payments.
every memory.
I mean, it's the truth because I didn't want to
don't
buy it
remem-
cash. Obviously,
I'm just saying, I don't remember
Then I listened
the-
to one Lil Uzi song, and he's like, "Bought it cash." I'm okay. If Uzi did it,
I mean,
got to.
I don't remember, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Because you're the only person I knew that had credit. Because I had no American credit, so I wanted to get it leased, but then you didn't. So I was like, okay,
It was in the
cash.
New York. I mean, it must have been the New
In
York.
New York,
though.
but you were just like skeptical, but a big purchase like that.
I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know if I don't know how to not have credit back. I don't
You
like,
for sure had good credit back then.
but I didn't have a credit card or anything.
You did it at 19?
No, bro.
thought
You
you
know
did.
how much money I wasted on like
I remember when you got your M3, you had your deal with
taxes. I need if there's any tax specialists out there that still wants to save my life, financial advisor, anybody come, please. I need help. I still have zero. I still don't know what I'm doing, unfortunately. So you got it? What is that?
Too.
Oh, I thought you said like I know what I'm doing. I'm like, give me the advice.
I would have been giving you.
So we don't necessarily see. We made a lot of mistakes. So if you had the money you had again, like, or if someone's in your position, someone has a good amount
I
of money.
fully believe I'm gonna make way more than I ever made, though. Personally,
I believe it too.
There's
by
way
the
more
way.
money out there.
There
We
is.
did it as retarded as kids, but it's because we didn't doubt ourselves. I feel like me and you over the years, because of what we built, we feel like we have to perform at that standard, or we're like completely
horrible, yeah.
under.
Yeah.
Like you feel like we're always under, and I feel like that's what. Because bro, I've had so much energy and like wanting to go, and I feel like that's the only thing that holds me back is like my previous self.
Yeah.
You know, and you're always just. That's what's like sucks when people get like one hit wonders, or not one hit wonders, but like songs that are too big, like Roddy Rich.
Yeah.
Or like The Box, like it almost f***s you over when it does that well.
Yeah, because then
You
everything
know,
you
it's
compare.
not even his
everything.
fault. Like the song could still be good, but people are just they expect the box, they expect the best thing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I feel it.
And performance, and it's always people that don't even perform or do well that are pocket watching everyone else's performance to gauge if they're good or not.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
But
So I just
to-
gotta shut up and go.
To that point, though, when it comes to hitting 30, like I genuinely, like I never would have thought like this maybe the last 10 years.
That you'd be doing this again?
No, not even necessarily. I mean, definitely did it. But what I was going to say is I actually feel like my 30s, like you said, I feel like I could be, hopefully, inshallah, right? But I feel like I can get a lot more success in my 30s than I had up to this point, which if you ask me, and we've had this conversation, I felt like when FaZe crashed, like, all right, well, that's it. Like that was my goal. That was my one chance in life. And like, I don't know what's going to happen next. Even take FaZe aside, now that FaZe is, again, it's back in a better position, I think it's going to grow back to where it was, or a similar area at least in the immediate future. I hope in the next few years. Aside from FaZe, I still feel like if I hopefully put in the work and like tried to dial in anywhere.
I think just do more, think less. Because I think that's what ends up happening. Like think about it. We thought less about what our thumbnail was on videos that were getting millions of views. That actually mattered more objectively. And now our videos are probably gonna flop, but we're worried more about the thumbnail.
No,
For what?
No, 100%.
It's
No,
gonna
you're
flop.
right. Like I said,
it's like we're spending so much effort and stressing about a thumbnail for
thinking and planning, and I've done a
you
lot
think
of that.
More options. Imagine that. Imagine if I actually was thinking as much as I am now back then about my videos. I never would have been able to make 3 because I would have been thinking about what they could have been.
Yeah.
So just go.
No,
Like,
you're right.
What's
You
your
gotta
favorite
just go.
COD? Just walk up to somebody with the camera. Go.
Yeah. No, you're right. You gotta go.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of streamers like it's good that they're dumb because they can just do more. I swear to God, the dumber you are, the more you do, and the smarter you are, the more you think about your move and how it could go wrong and what could happen and best case result. And
Yeah.
it sucks. There's a healthy balance of smart and do.
And there's a lot of ways to make money now. Insane ways, like even just TikTok. We were just talking about it, but like, dude,
Just on a stake Supermax.
no gambling for me, buddy. But yeah, I watched a streamer yesterday make 800K in like 5 minutes. I'm like, nice.
On what?
On one of these gambling
The
websites.
slots?
Just crazy. All this stuff is just weird, and you don't know what's like. Even me, I'm questioning something. Is this stuff real?
Like,
Like,
you see the Los Poys Plinko ones?
yeah, insane.
So I went to my gambling, then make somebody be like, oh, I want to go get the money.
No, I'm not
That's what
talking about
happens.
no gambling here. No gamble.
But isn't it crazy? So every game, even for kids, like they kind of instill that in you at a young age,
Yeah,
like
like
FIFA, 2K.
CS:GO,
CSGO is
boxing.
meant for adults, so I kind of don't want to bring that one in.
Okay.
But like 2K, FIFA, the pack openings, like
yeah,
it's
no,
gambling.
you're right. It's like that.
It's
that
like there's
feeling.
still forms of gambling for the youth.
I'm
and
th-
I swear to God,
I
it
am
preps them up
so
for
glad
gambling.
that I can't gamble.
Yeah, exactly. Arcade machines, exactly.
Arcade machines,
It's like
yeah.
Dave and Buster's is a casino for kids.
Yeah, dude.
It's literally Dave and Buster's is a casino for kids.
I
hadn't
think
thought about
you know.
that.
Again, I'm Muslim, so I do certain things. I can't
So you
do
wouldn't
certain things.
like
so
if
I
you
can't
ever, if
gamble.
you hypothetically ever had a kid, you want to take him to Dave and Buster's?
No, that's not. I mean, that's not. I'm
That's
talking about
gamblers.
Okay, hold on. Don't gamble. And I'm so happy that I can't gamble. If I ever gambled, I know I would
You
lose.
never have?
I've never gambled.
You never done a single like CS:GO thing ever.
What do you mean?
You never traded
No,
skin?
no, never.
Not once.
Swear to God, no. I don't gamble. There's certain things I'll never.
Why do I?
Why are you shocked by that?
I don't know. I just feel like
You
one
know
time
I
you
don't.
threw a skin in
Have you ever seen me?
smoke? Well, other than the cigarettes, you never really had an issue with
We're-
anything.
I never smoked cigarettes, by the way. We were talking about this yesterday, and he's like, I can't believe I convinced everybody that you smoke cigarettes. I never smoked cigarettes, never drank. I don't know. There's
No, because it was so
I'm not acting like I've
obviously
never
fake.
I've made
Yeah,
mistakes.
I'm saying
but
because it was so obviously fake. Like every clip would be like the
people
most.
believe. I trust me.
they're kids,
How do you
they
think I
don't know.
felt? I would look at YouTube. I get thousands of
How?
comments. Are you still smoking cigs? I'm like, bro, no way you guys believed
They're
this.
trolling.
I swear to God, they believed it. People believe
The
it.
time.
Never gambled, thank God, because if I gambled, I would be bad. I would be really bad. And listen, that's the thing about crypto. It's kind of a gray area. And like when I started investing in stocks and stuff, like I feel like that was the rush of what gambling would give you. That's why I'm like, bro, I'm done with the high risk investing and that stuff. So, anyways, don't do that with your money, please. But
agree.
we'll move away. I guess the last thing I'll say is because everyone thinks we made so much money. Did you ever believe at all when you saw like the evaluation and stuff? Did you ever believe that how much like that you would ever see any of that money?
I was never gonna sell regardless because think about what I went out there and said. Like I was gonna what's it called? Round trip it. I was gonna round trip it regardless.
What is round tripping?
You go all the way up and down.
Oh
like you
yeah,
let it crash.
we
on
all
purpose.
we all did. That's the
Yeah.
thing. We all
But
round
also
tripped it.
we pretty much were like none of us could have sold even at that top.
But we couldn't.
The only time we could have sold is when it was like what down 85.
Yeah,
Like, we could have sold like when it was worth.
Yeah.
it was not worth it at that point, even if we wanted to.
Well, what was the most it was?
70. It was like 70 for us.
70?
Yeah,
So you're saying
nice.
70 is
70 M's. Yeah, yours was more because way
It
more like
wasn't.
95,
no,
105.
No, it wasn't. I swear to God,
Big
it wasn't.
spender.
This guy's making up fake numbers.
Oh.
No. But either
No
way,
luck?
it is fake. It's all monopoly money, by the way. I wish it was real. Are you joking? That's the problem.
Would you sold?
Yes.
It's like at least
Of
half,
course I
Lopes.
would have. What?
On God, it would have been financially irresponsible for you to sell because you never said anything. I said stuff, so I can't. But
Well,
you
either way,
hey,
I never sold. I never sold a penny. Like you said, by the time
I love doing that.
why do you keep making
I'm
faces?
kidding.
This guy, I never sold. I wish,
Bro, I
wish
don't know
I
what it is
sold.
about you. It's like I can't.
I wish
I don't
I
know what
sold.
it is. I just have to, bro.
I wish I sold,
So
but I didn't.
fun.
But anyways, when the stock was at $20 or whatever it was, none of us believed it was ever gonna be real money. Anyways, by the time we could sell,
Some
this
people
is,
for sure
This
did.
is the scam. By the time we could sell, it was like $1 stock.
But if you didn't believe it was real money, why were you so like down to be best friends with? That's what I have to know. Like
Just in
how
general.
did you get like done goofed into thinking like that was gonna be a good move?
Yeah, well,
I know how convincing they can be.
Well, here's the thing. The difference is I was just like, we're beyond.
If only
we're
you knew
beyond
what
that.
I say happened to you. I don't think I've ever told you.
Go
I tell
ahead.
everyone you got corporately groomed.
I know how. Yeah, I mean,
That's literally what I
know
tell
how you
everyone.
feel.
I'm like, oh, Apex got corporately groomed. He got groomed for 4 years. But you know why? Is because after that picture of Banks said up to something, the one where we did that one thing, I remember we talked
picture of
after.
Banks, what?
The one he posted of us saying like up to something that day.
Oh, yeah.
We were walking back to the parking lot and we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
talking. You still wanted bro on the team. I was like, what's wrong with you?
See,
Because he was groomed, Stockholm syndrome, all the above.
This is the problem. I literally, on a human level. No,
That-
I get it. And I got finessed. That
But
guy-
there is no human level in the. You see what they do? There was
No,
like,
I
it's
get it.
business, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
They're monsters.
My guy, the
You
biggest
agree with the
lesson-
reference I made? Like when you're in this game and there's a corporate guy, it's like a hot girl and a guy talking to you. Period. It's the same thing. Nobody cares about
Biggest lesson I learned after that moment till the time it crashed, there are so many people that used to hit me up about all these things.
They'll never talk to you again.
There's so many snaky weirdos that were at FaZe that try to come back after, and I made sure that they got fired.
Isn't it so cringy to see how many of them like work there for a month and then they go around trying to get like LinkedIn jobs and network with everybody?
But it's not even what pisses me off more is there's so many people that were here that was so nice to. Because a lot of other people are pretty rude. I'll be honest. A lot of the other quote unquote FaZe members, whatever, for whatever reason it is, people are kind of rude. I always try to be nice to everyone. There's certain people that worked at FaZe that I was so nice to that just literally like, I did the backstab is like, not, it's the most generic phrase to use. But bro, the feeling after with some of these people, I'm like, I can't believe you guys are real humans.
Business in LA, my friend.
And a lot of them would leave, right? They'd rep FaZe and use it. Then they'd leave and just start trashing the brand, like as hard as they can. And then, no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about random employees. Which is cool, whatever. Feel how you feel.
I didn't trust the brand too, but I
publicly,
just the old guys.
just they have to throw these comments, and then when everything's back again, like in some
They on dick
capacity,
again.
some of them are back trying to work at FaZe again. I swear to God, I was like, no. Like, there's certain people I'm like, I'm not walking in the office seeing this, and that's also what changed. Now I have a different, like, I would never even like try to push someone out or anything like that anymore. Now I'm just like, I don't care. Now I learned a lot of hard lessons. There's some people, get the hell away from the brand. I want to see this person's face ever again.
It's pretty obvious, low key. The rule that I always thought was easiest is if they're a fan, they're always good.
Yeah.
Has a fan ever done us wrong?
No.
For me personally, actually never.
I mean, no, but there's just some people but there's also good humans. There is actually good humans.
Womp womp. I don't believe it.
No, there is.
I know there is, but they're not coming.
Sobin's a great human.
I guess you're right. You were never a fan, right, Sobin? Never. Obviously.
No. Not from before. No, but he's one of the.
Okay, you're right.
He's one of the.
He's an anomaly.
But he's exactly.
Who else?
No.
Nobody else. I mean, you said you've been around since.
These guys.
We never met him though because he was esports, or I didn't know.
No. But Sobin, because Sobin was in the office, he was one of the people there every day that I worked with.
Yeah.
One of the
Sobin's always been amazing.
There's
a
few people that are really actual good people. He's one of them. There's very few. Anyways, that was one of the biggest lessons I learned. I was so turned off to ever working with another human in my life after like FaZe started crashing. Now I'm a little more open to it, but way different energy. So to your point about the corporate, whatever, yeah, maybe there was some corporate grooming in your wording, right? Partially too.
So you agree?
Yeah.
Because I've been saying, I'm like, yeah, I don't.
No,
feel
I mean, bro, I did get finessed. I mean, I also was like,
because this is what I thought he did to you. He's like, he made you feel like human and like cared about and like he was there for you and like my dog, like I'm there.
I mean,
like,
I never believed or felt that way. That deep. No, I swear to God. What, do you think I'm going to go for him? Oh, you can tell him about my problems.
When he said it in the doc, he's like, we cried together. I was like, nah,
me?
I was like, oh, you.
Oh, I know
you were arm to arm crying.
I saw you hugging him in the doc, first off.
You mother. Don't ever bring that up.
Anyways, listen. Anyways, part of it though, just to be completely honest, we had a board that literally was calling all the shots at the end of the day. That's the thing people don't understand. The board literally.
I saw you hugging.
The board literally decided. So for me, just my perspective, and then we'll move on from this. We disagree, and it's completely fine. I still don't agree
with what
that we could have necessarily. I feel like the only reason that we're able to change it is because it crashed this year, and all these people lost so much money, and they're already out.
I was just saying, if it's not worth anything, it's not worth anything to them. It's not worth something to us.
But when it was at the value it was at.
I said we would have crashed that.
Either way, my perspective was like, I gotta just do the
whole mother piss on the walls.
I was like, I gotta do the best with whatever this garbage situation is, the board, and I gotta play. I was trying to play the long game, didn't work out. I tried my best. From my perspective, my perspective, and I'll say this till I die, is I tried my best, and I don't think I finessed anyone or I did anything completely selfishly for myself. He's making faces again. You can think whatever you want, buddy. I know.
No, why I did it. I'll tell you exactly why I did it. Because when he's in the position he was in, I know.
Can I just say something?
Know.
If I thought that you actually think that I was like finessing and stuff, I don't think you would be.
No, exactly. Like that's why he's my brother forever. It's just so funny because you were put in the position, which I get, where everyone thought it was like. It's kind of like how in this building, like at the front, the people get yelled at for shit. But it's never their fault. It's always the people who are in the other room hiding.
Oh my God!
It's always like the person at the front desk's fault. So
I was at the
you
front
were
desk.
like the front desk of FaZe because
the
you're
worst,
not handling the back.
It was the worst,
and everyone thinks you did it.
It's the
and
worst.
It's nothing you can do.
It was the worst.
So that's why I said
2 years
that because so many people thought it was your decision. You had full choice.
Even me and you. Even like at certain points, I'm the middleman conversation between.
I will say this, and I'll just be completely honest and say, I absolutely hated that you guys tried to get me to sign an NDA because you all told me to. And that's the truth.
I mean,
it was for the money that they owed me. And instead of saying like, yo, y'all pay him the money you guys owe him,
I get
NDA. That's why I had to finesse them and get that money regardless. I told him, yeah, I'll sign it when everything's good. He said, well, let's make you happy. I said, it's one of the things that'll make me happy.
I get
Finessed.
it. again, I just have a different perspective on a lot of the stuff. Like,
But dude,
I don't know.
it's corporate guys trying to hold my money
No,
over
I
my
get
head and be
it.
like, you have to sign it. It's
No, well,
and
what
what
do
is
you-
it? Why would they want me to sign an NDA? Because they know they did fucked up.
yeah.
I'm not trying to press it on you, but I'm saying in
No, I
hindsight,
get it. This is
just
it's
saying,
a
for the
different
bigger
time
picture.
in the business. I get it though. I get your point now.
Yeah.
I would do a lot of things.
And I'm over it.
differently.
I don't care. I
Yeah.
understood like you guys
I
saw
mean,
it
bro,
from so many different ways, but I'm saying that is the right
I was.
thing to do.
I mean, in my head,
I would have showed up there like Ice Cube if they had your money like held up. And that
Well,
one
I get it,
comes,
but
oh,
here's
God.
the thing. But this is the one thing I'll say is, that in my eyes, I was trying to do the same thing, just in a different way. By the way, I told them every day, send them the damn money that you were owed. I never told them.
It's just
this.
I get it.
I never
Towards the
said
end,
something
you were like, I could decide if that's the way they're gonna pay it. I get it, but you didn't realize the bigger
I'm just saying
point
that's
at
the thing
time.
too. That's the thing too. There's other FaZe members that never got taken care of, and like I've gotten like pointed blame at. I'm like, bro, do you understand how many conversations I had that you guys have to give X, Y, and Z shares? It's just like like I said, at the end of the day, the people in charge at the very tippy top and the board were the ones making the decision. So
I'm trying to retain every dollar.
So I tried to influence the guy at the tippy top to get the board to approve shares for certain people, but they wouldn't. That's what stressed me out. It's like, okay, maybe I didn't do it in the Ice Cube way that you just said, but I was doing it in my way, 24/7. I was doing, yeah, but that's the way you would do it. I still feel like I was trying my best to do it in a different way and get it actually done. You know what I'm saying? So although we had different, okay, you can look back now and say that, but the intention was there.
I know,
and it was
know.
but
and
anyway.
that's again, that's why I hold nothing against. Like we built something so amazing together. I don't care that
No, but
at
it's
one point, one point in time, like you might have been finessed to think something else. But shit happened to us too. Like that's why I don't ever blame them for bringing that cancer home, the original one, the original one.
Yeah, I
the
mean,
one that stemmed and caused.
me and you
types of
looked at
cancer.
each other and we were like,
Bro, we saw that the millisecond.
We
it
know we
happened.
were getting
We're watching
scammed.
straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not gonna happen to us.
we
Like,
watched, we literally watched straight out of Compton.
It's like God. Like he
watched-
came into our life. The next day, straight out of Compton drops.
We watched
it.
We watched it at a Compton and we were like, what's his name? Jerry Heller.
Jerry Heller,
We looked
like,
at
oh,
each other and we're like, yeah.
We knew it.
We knew it was
the
gonna
beginning of the end, and we knew it. But it's like, shit, what are you gonna do? Like,
It was already too late. That's the thing. The second the money came in,
because it was. You know what happened though? It was like me and you both obviously knew. Then you eventually were like, F it, and then I looked like the crazy one.
well,
who was
no,
being
but
difficult.
that's not
and
even.
then-
But that's
yes,
not
though.
even. He started raising money. I didn't give a green light to do all this stuff.
Neither.
I'm
I
not
don't
gonna-
think any of us did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people gained trust for this guy. Me and you looked at each other, we're like, whatever, right? I'm not blaming. I'm not saying we're completely.
No, I
innocent.
get it. Like,
we
that
definitely
happens.
we started sipping the juice later on for sure. Whatever the expression is, the Kool-Aid. Sipping
It
the
means
Kool-Aid.
something different in my world.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah,
mean?
no, not the juice. Sipping the Kool-Aid. We drank the Kool-Aid later, which means that we fell for the trap a little bit. Although we knew we were being finessed low-key, we played into it. Long story short, when they raised money, in my eyes, the second they started raising money and then they started getting value and then the boards and this and that, that's why I was like,
hated that.
that's why my perspective was always like, let's try to make the best out of the situation we're in and recover whatever we can. So we had different approaches. I still wanted the same thing as you. But anyways, we're going to get away from
the
this
concept of a board.
It doesn't make any. If you guys saw the guy on the, if you never saw him, I always sometimes I'll be sitting there at 7 a.m. on the board meeting, and I swear to God, I start cracking up to myself. Sometimes tears, thinking about if you or Banks saw the guy on my screen talking about the company, talking
He was
about
the old
FaZe.
guy, right?
Bro, oh my God, I cannot believe these people were in charge of the company.
Do this and say his name. I think I'll remember, right?
I mean, he was appointed, by the way, by one of the OG scammer investors.
Big ass or the one big ass scammed.
Big ass the one that got scammed and lost all
Big
his
M?
money. Yeah. So here he put this guy.
Big
So
MT.
this guy had a very
Lake in
important.
his backyard.
This guy had a very important spot on the board too, and like we couldn't get rid of him. I forgot his name, but anyways, this guy would go on the and he'd just start talking like it's about FaZe Clan, and I'm like, dude, I just wanted to punch him through the screen. Anyways, that sucked. But you're right. I'll be honest. That was a worst stage for me. It was like it started ruining my relationships with like not you necessarily. It was different with you, but other FaZe members. It's like my fault that they're not getting certain things. I'm like, dude, you guys don't even. I'm not making myself. I'm not trying to act like the victim.
Remember
like-
when Big used to send out like the fake invoices for the payments?
No,
What are you talking about?
fake invoices.
Yes, you do. Bro, in like 2017, people like try to get paid, and he just send like an email from FaZe Clan saying FaZe Clan has sent you 10K or whatever. And it's like it's just an email and text.
I don't even, bro. That,
Bro, he's crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. He just scam everyone.
We've seen some absolutely insane things, but
Just send the email with the FaZe logo and the text saying you got paid, but no one's getting paid. So
Yeah.
he could say, I sent that.
this entire thing, what's crazy about it, again, one of the craziest things about it is that it's all public, right? All of it's online.
No, it's not.
No. Not these details, but this
Oh, yeah.
entire situation of FaZe.
That's what I found
Us-
crazy with the ESPN is like, it's not even the story.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Imagine how many other things are like
By the way,
that, though.
because to your point of NDAs,
But
dude.
imagine how many things are like that in life.
No,
That's
no,
why I
it's
can't
insane.
believe anything.
what's
History's
insane?
not real. I don't
What's
care.
insane is we literally like we've talked about it before. Not even this last time we're talking about. Earlier on, like we all almost literally lost our entire ownership in the company. It's been an insane ride. My point though, a lot of it's been public. There's been a lot of extra pressure because of the public stuff. But you've been basically online again since 14. You've put your whole life publicly. Did you before that? I guess did it affect your like random friends that you had or your family? Like there's like always a weird thing too with like distant family members and stuff. A lot of people have weird
I don't have
experiences.
much family. That's the benefit for me.
Okay.
At first, I grew up sad because I was like, damn, I only got 3 people in my family. But by the time I was 20, I was like, damn, I got 3 people in my family. That's amazing. Because it's like, imagine how many birthday gifts I would have to buy and how many. It's just like I just hear weird stories.
So
I'm
you,
just the birthday
so you
gifts,
kind of
by
had
the way,
like a
but
small
it's
circle already.
Yeah.
So it didn't
it's
really-
just weird, like to see what. Because for me, I can't comprehend my family being weird about money or anything like that.
Yeah.
I actually can't.
Yeah.
They're not. They're the biggest.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so amazing with it, right?
Yeah.
It's. I've heard some stories.
No,
I
yeah,
just can't believe it.
Yeah, people have crazy. Me
Like the
too.
entitlement is nuts.
Yeah, no, it's a blessing to have good family members and good parents and good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got 3, so odds are they're good.
Actually,
Let's see the 5 and 8-year-old what they turn into. I'll be on there.
So-
I actually want them to live with me at some point, though.
Really,
I'd love to.
it didn't affect your personal life, like going when you became well known, famous, whatever you want to call it. Didn't really mess up a relationships you had. Did you have a lot of like? Did you have like close friends?
I did. There's certain people. I still talk to them. I was just talking to like my OG, the guy that got me into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I just randomly I looked at the day. I'm like, dude, is it his birthday today? And I texted him like, yo, is it your birthday today? He's like, yeah. What the? I was just watching a video of us. That's crazy.
That's-
Like when
yeah.
we were kids on Facebook.
Wow.
Dude, he could destroy me.
In COD?
No,
Oh, in real life.
the footage he has of me on his is
Oh,
bad. not anything crazy. I'm just ew. Like you're such an ugly little kid. Like it's just that. It's nothing crazy like that. I'm just saying.
Obviously, you have gone through very difficult things publicly too. So you've had a lot of pros and cons of having everything
All
online.
pros, no cons.
Okay, so that's how you look at it. So that's what I was gonna ask: is you ever like, do you regret your
No.
life being so public?
No.
No?
No. I don't regret anything. Regrets for the weak.
Okay.
Swear to God, there's nothing to regret.
Well, I know because you look
made
at
a
it like
decision
everything's
and there's
something.
something that came with it, so that's something that's good.
Yeah.
I don't even regret all the terrible money things I've done because then how would I know that it was bad?
No, for sure, it's a lesson you learn from.
I could have
it.
looked at somebody else and been like,
That one you could have learned.
that one, yeah, maybe. But fuck it, I still
So okay, well,
stand by it all.
in the moment though, like I'm sure there was moments where you wish that things you weren't necessarily maybe I don't know if famous is the right word.
But
But
that's
like,
what I do try to say.
not
I
fa-
thought I was
not
famous, like, bro,
famous.
my whole life. Have I ever been like, dude, we're famous? Like,
No, I know.
That's the
I'm not using that word
lamest
because
thing.
no,
Like we're internet people
no.
thinking they're famous.
Okay,
Kai honestly Loki is now though.
no, Kai's famous. There
Yeah,
are
like-
some. Mr. Beast is famous.
Well, that's different.
I'm not using the word famous about us. Trust me.
It's like
Sort of
5
well known.
famous
Okay, it's just
YouTubers and
easier to say
streamers,
than being well known or whatever the hell, however you want to phrase it. When you go out in public, people come up to you, right?
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
not like overwhelming, and it's always cool, and it's all love, and it's net.
But I guess
it's
I'm
not
my point is-
paparazzi and weird.
Okay, so
like
because
that.
I had a moment, I had a few moments where I was like, I wish people didn't know who I was.
But it's because you were with family.
Yeah, because family.
If you were with me and the homies, would you care?
Yeah, but there was a stretch of my life where I was like, dude, I just want to live a private
And
life.
you go to like out doing shit all the time.
Not necessarily. I mean, but like to this day, I don't go to the mall. I'm not acting like I'm Kai, but still, to this day, I'm sure you could also relate. I'll still be in the most random area. This is what actually made me like, you know what? I might as well start making videos again because a big part of it in my head was like, I'm gonna, I don't want people to know me anymore, right? I just want to have a private life. But somehow there's kids that are 10 years old, 11 years old that still come up to me.
Because FaZe
FaZe Rug,
keeps
but,
it alive, huh?
but when I made Fortnite videos for like a year, so many of them recognized me from it, and I was like, you know what? Like, I just think for the next another 10 years, people are gonna recognize our faces. People our age at least, right? Like, you're not gonna be able to be hidden in plain sight. That's how I feel.
Huh?
That's the experience I had over even the years I stopped making YouTube videos. I was like, maybe I can. And it's again for private, personal reasons. It's not because like I just wanted to just live a different life for a little bit because everything was online.
I mean, we technically both did that. Both was like off the internet for a while.
We did, but when I realized that, like, my face, it's not like people are gonna get, forget my face. Even bro, during COVID, I'd wear a mask, and some people would still always see me. I remember I went to the beach. I'm like, I'm wearing a mask. No one's gonna. And I got stopped like the second I got to the beach, and I'm like, oh, okay. But that was one reason I'm like, all right. I guess the flip side of that too. As I got older, I realized that it can really. There is a real. You've always been like. I mean, you've also always made a big impact because you've had a different relationship with your audience. For me, like, I never looked at myself as someone who's making an impact in people's lives. I was just making random content, BS content. Yours was a lot more real and like
I had to kill time while playing the game, getting the last.
old FaZe member. I'm not gonna say his name. You can if you want to say it. I don't care. But no, not you guys. Bully, very racist bully FaZe member. When I first joined FaZe, come on, there's one guy.
The
It's
little one?
obvious. Him
Or
and
the
his
goat,
friend.
or the
yeah,
big goat.
him and his friend.
That's what I'm
Anyways,
saying. I wish he was
what-
more honest about that when he tries to act like why he didn't come along for the ride. I genuinely wish.
When I was
But
14,
it's fine.
though, I got called
And
a
nobody's mad at him though
terrorist.
about it too.
Yeah, I don't care. But
Yeah.
my point is, he called me a terrorist, made fun of my mom for wearing a scarf, made fun of my name. That
Yeah,
made me.
don't say it. This doesn't matter. It's too old, and I don't want anybody to like.
I'm not
This
saying his
doesn't
name.
matter.
My point is, my only point of bringing this up is that it closed me off from talking about being
I know,
Palestinian
I
or
know.
Muslim or like my main identity. Outside of YouTube, that's my main thing. All my friends are from the mosque. My whole life is around my
Mm-hmm.
religion. So I blocked it off for so many years. And then I always say, Habib, UFC fighter, started posting, and he got, I started getting like this. He made me feel, more
Comfortable with it.
confident and comfortable. Then I started posting, and I saw a lot of younger kids at the mosque and stuff would come up to me and like, oh, thank you for posting. Like, and I'm like, I didn't do anything, but like, I get it though, the feeling that they get. So anyways, as I got older, I realized like, all right, people know me anyways. I might as well try to use it for good. So part of the reason I want to make videos and stuff again and be back is like, so I can try to use it for the right influence, right? You've always kind of had that intention. I know it wasn't necessarily your main intention, but it was always a
When
part
it started working is when I like started. Like I said, it's all I know to talk about, anyways.
Yeah.
But when I started to see it actually work,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, oh snap.
And you're one
but
of
I'll
the-
do it through people also in the house and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like I realized the direct impact I had. I'll always say, like, I'll never take credit for anything you did because like you would have done it with or without me.
We all had
Maybe the
impact in each other.
competitive, the friendly
We all
competition.
made each other succeed more. For
But
sure.
I'm just saying, certain people I looked out more for than other people, like to truly help them understand the philosophy and like just the game and how to do everything and like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
works, what doesn't work, why it doesn't, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
You, I never really like put you through a crash course on.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
nothing.
we're both because you're a month older than me.
Yeah, we like experienced that
literally were at
exact,
the exact
and you were
same
bigger
time.
than me. You know what I mean? Like you were still are, but I'm saying like you always were doing better than me on YouTube at that point. So
Nah,
it was like,
I
how am
no,
gonna
it
teach you
wasn't.
shit? Yes, you were.
No, it wasn't.
Until free for all, you 100% were the whole time.
I don't remember. My memories.
Like Road to a Kill Cam had me in the gutter, bro. Had nothing.
Either way, we were definitely like
Had nothing.
neck and neck the whole time. Age wise, even our experience, our families are pretty similar in some capacity. Like we have a lot of similarities, although we have a lot of different different things in our life as well. But but you were always kind of motivated. Anyways, for me, that's part of the reason that I realized I kind of have an obligation to use it for good because it's not going anywhere. I tried to disappear off the face of the earth, didn't work. And even actually as I got older, I don't even necessarily want to do that anymore, to be honest. So it's weird. I kind of go figuring it out as we go. Again, we're all growing up. We grew up online, so we get a lot of opinions on every decision we make. But at the end of the day, we're also learning, and so that's where I'm at personally now. I guess you too. What I wanted to ask you. I know you've talked about you're gonna stream and stuff, or you might make videos. But like, what do you want to do long term? Like for the rest of
Dude,
your
all
life?
I wanna
And not
do-
for the rest of your life, but
Yeah,
right now,
no,
what's your
I-
immediate goal?
I always want to like weigh in on things and have perspectives and help people with certain perspectives and psychologies and just like different philosophies of life. I genuinely love that. I love how people think differently. But bro, the way the world is now and how like disingenuous it is because of cancel culture, in my opinion, and just businesses lying and acting like they care about certain things and are cutting money from people and guidelines on platforms just to appeal to people so nobody gets mad at them. People act like they do it because it's the right thing to do. It's really they don't give a shit. It's just because they don't want to deal with it.
Oh yeah,
Y'all are
I
annoying.
saw that phase. Phase became like the corporate phase was.
Bro,
like,
and
I
like,
couldn't believe my eyes.
I said it in
That's some of
Swag
the stuff
thing. I
like-
remember they would always say like, "We need a black person for this deal. We need a person of color for this
Literally,
deal." We need
by the way,
And I
literally.
was like, "Yo, y'all are racist.
Bro,
Like, what do
that's
you
what-
mean you need a black person for
I
this deal? Like,
I remember all
pick
four-
the right person for the right role, regardless of what color they are.
all
Like,
four
that's
of us,
weird.
me, you, and Banks and Tommy would be on the call. Like, guys, what
Like,
are you
it's
even saying?
weird.
Or like the girl, like,
Like, and the fact that they can just say it like they're not saying anything.
and it sounded. It always sound.
no, everybody tripped. Like from us, obviously, we all tripped on that. Nobody was like, "Yeah."
It's just
like,
a crazy thing
ever.
to say out loud like that. Like it's just.
But that's what
but
they think. That's how they think because
but
they're
you're
just
right.
talking to these companies
A
and
lot-
that's just what they're told.
A lot of companies are like. So we saw FaZe low key like morphing into that. It was insane to see.
And it's all the
I
biggest
think-
companies too.
Yeah, no, it is. People have kind of stepped back from a little bit now of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Because the brands that we grew up promoting, they don't give a shit. Obviously.
When I
They're
say
not
that
big
stuff, I'm
enough.
talking about like
It's all the mainstream.
anytime
big
anything
brands.
happens, you got to put out a statement. You got to put out, we had like a Ukraine, bro. I think one of the cringiest things that I've seen is when we did a Ukraine T-shirt.
Did they donate the money or something?
Yeah, but,
They
okay,
donated,
it's
like-
not the concept of doing a fundraiser.
No,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying it's like everybody
Latching
at that
on
time
to
felt
that
like, oh
concept
my
just
god,
because
we
everyone's
have
talk-
to jump on it because everybody else is talking about it. So okay, so you still want to, like you have always done, kind of help inspire people or teach people from your experience, but like
That's gotta
you
get
for you
more-
personally, I mean, I know one thing you've mentioned is you want to farm. Like I'm talking about like that, like you want like a farm with all
Oh,
your
a
dogs.
farm.
Yeah.
Like I'd like that farmer. Yes, for these, bro.
So I'm
I
saying,
want
what
a
is
lot.
your, what do you want? Like, what is
Dream
your goal?
life,
Yeah.
50 dogs,
Okay.
big piece of land. Because that's just like where I find peace, and that's like where I find myself being very, very happy every single day. Just imagine like a big crib, massive gym. Like imagine a commercial gym, but just for yourself.
And just a
Literally
bunch
for
of
yourself.
dogs.
Disgusting amount of dogs.
Where?
Anywhere that can provide that lifestyle.
In America or Canada?
Is money a concept or no? Like, do I still need to make money or money's not an
No,
option?
if you don't, no.
Probably Canada.
Yeah.
Just because of the food.
But I guess, okay, even,
I don't like the politics either there, but I just like the food and the people.
even money-wise, though,
know
like, what do you want to do? Like, I know you're going to start making content again, but, like, how long, like, is that something you think you want to start doing for the rest
I mean,
of
there's
your
a
life?
lot of things. What I realized is I also need to be better at making money off camera. I don't want always my money to come from what I do on camera.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It makes me do content for the wrong reasons. I'm okay with making money from content, but I'm not going to start or do content for money. If it ends up making X, great. But I have to be able to do it outside of content. Otherwise, it's just a slippery slope with that, I feel like, because then you're always just like compromising what you're doing for content for money. And everyone knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
Even actually, I'm sure I could pull it, like hide it, but it's just I would know, right? I would know, and I just don't like that. Like that's literally why I quit YouTube when we started doing like those late Newport videos. They were all they were all to get 1 million views. They were not to make my fans happy or make myself happy.
Yeah.
They were literally just to try to get 1 million views.
Yeah, and then at that point, you were
And that's
also
like what ruined the game.
you were also like experiencing different things that like you weren't. Yeah, I get it. It was just a
But yeah, I
different.
was just soft for so long.
It was a different. No, but everyone like I feel like when we all moved to Newport, everyone entered a new phase. No pun intended. In their lives, where like some people started partying. Some people.
yeah,
like,
everyone kind of found out who they were.
People were just trying different things because like bro, we were in that house for 2
Time
years.
went by so quick because like those 2 years in New York, that's when we were still like kids with a
Yeah.
camera who played the game. And
Like,
as soon as
there
we
was
got to
never a
Newport,
party-
everyone did their own thing.
Unless there was one when I wasn't there, there was never one party at the New York.
To be honest, that's like theoretically why the LA house killed FaZe is because we should have been in the middle of nowhere where we weren't allowed to do that until the job was done.
Yeah, no, it just
If that makes sense. Like,
no, it does for sure. I mean, when we were in New York, it was fully like just
you
work.
think that's why the Sidemen never had that is because they were already all from that area, pretty much, more or less? Aren't they all from England?
Yeah, I think a lot of them grew up. Some of them grew up together. Yeah, they are.
I know Simon and KSI did.
Yeah,
I don't know about the rest, like if they're all like friends.
and they just stayed focused. To be honest, we all got distracted. Everyone got distracted by random. Again, like people wanted to start partying or experiencing certain things in life, or we all got distracted.
Every weekend we're trying to get this guy back in the crib, man. He just wouldn't.
Who?
You, party animal, man.
He's
Going
just
crazy. He's the only one that actually did zero. Like literally, you've been to 0 clubs, 0 everything. I've only been to like 5.
Clubs?
The whole time
No.
I've been in LA.
No,
'Cause I don't.
never.
I don't drink alcohol, so it's like
yeah,
you know what it's like because you've never drank. When people are
course
drunk,
not.
it's only okay if you're drunk too.
yeah.
If you're not, it's hell. I hate being around drunk people.
But one thing I always thought was funny was like not you because you never really drank, but so many people over the years told me either while they were drunk
I love you, bro.
or the next day, like I understand why you don't drink.
Oh,
So many phase, some of the guys.
because I love you. I hate
I love
the drunk
you.
love.
Like I hate like no, like or they'd wake up the next day like I never want to drink. Like it makes sense why you don't drink, and then like everyone goes. it's part of the culture, I guess. So I get it, but yeah, no, thankfully I didn't. But you're right. A lot happened when we moved to Newport, so things changed. It's not even. I don't even think. I think it was all necessary. We all had to go through certain things, but so again, you want to make content, but it's not. It's just more for a passion. Like you actually want to make content.
I mean, I still play a lot of games too, so the gaming part of it's a lot, but it's more gonna be like it's not gonna be that I'm
Okay,
gonna try
but
to scale,
okay,
if that makes
let's take
sense.
out that then. Let's take out content. Like you said, off camera. Like for me, I'll give an example. What I've thought recently, I never really knew what I want to do long term. I'm like, I don't know. But what I think would be really fun is like the investment funds, like things like that, where people just like, like angel invest. I'm not saying myself. I don't have money like that to be a freaking massive angel investor. But like that concept of like what's the word I'm looking for?
Like, explain the concept?
Venture capital. There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, the VCs. Okay, so for me, I never thought about it till recently, but like, I would love to do something. I think I'd love to do something
They're monsters.
like I would not want to be a VC,
Okay.
but something like that concept of having a pool of money from people, whatever, and like, okay, this idea is really sick. Put money into this, own a piece of it. Like I've seen so many cool ideas. Like I'll talk to my friends. My friends all have random different
Sure,
jobs.
you can get some Saudis ready to put a big bag together, and you just like creatively direct where you put the money.
I don't
because
know.
You the space. You could bullshit that easy.
I
Send them a pitch deck.
I never thought of it. Now I feel like I would have so much fun doing that. 'Cause I have like friends that are engineers that are like, dude, there's this idea I have to do like X, Y, and Z. I'm like, dude, that's a really good idea. Or I met these guys last weekend that like renovate houses, and they're like insane. They're Syrian. They came from Turkey. You know how they're just built different, bro. These guys, they did a before and after of a house, and it was just like the craziest thing I've ever seen. I'm like, man, there's just so many different businesses I see. I'm like, dude, that's probably so much money to make here. Or you just have ideas, or like we've been on the internet so long, like your brain automatically is finding a way to make this more interesting, right? You see some random thing and you're like, how can I make this more interesting, or how can you, or who do we know? We have such, thankfully we have a wide network where we can connect people.
I burned it all.
No, you still have your FaZe rain at the end of the day.
No, but
if you
I
DM
low-key,
people.
I'm always down to burn bridge. I just don't care.
So
I'm
anyway,
trying to throw you alley-oop. I hope they hear me like, I got money for you. I got 1 billion. To
I
invest
hope
with.
so. I thought about that recently. Again, I've had so many conversations about random products, and I'm like, dude, I feel like I can make this. I feel like I can add some spice to this to make it successful.
I feel like I think that about a lot of things too.
So that's
like,
why
just like either of this UI help or how they can make that business better.
Yeah.
It's like, eh.
What made me interested in it is this concept of owning a bunch of, because again,
Yeah.
with the FaZe crash, I realized having all my net worth basically in one company is a horrible way to live. So I'm like, if I can own a bunch of different products, Shark Tank, I guess it's that kind of concept in some capacity. Anyways, that's something I'm like, I actually think I would enjoy doing that. Because me, 5 years ago, I'm like, I want to work. I just want to retire. I don't want to work. But I actually, after not making videos and like being kind of out of the loop for a little, I realized, no, I need to do something. So long term, I think that's what I want to do. So I feel now I want to do something like that where I'm able to just kind of dip into a lot of different things. What about, do you have anything like that in your head outside? Because you said you want to make more money off camera. Like, do you have like something that you're like, I want to build X company, or like?
Yeah, of course I have those thoughts too. There's a lot of things that I feel like are coming that are going to be serious money printers, like a lot. It's going to get so easy for a lot of people. And I want to be ahead with a lot of stuff like that.
So you don't have anything specifically, or like?
I do, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to expose it, but I'm saying like, okay, so you want to just start random things, or do you want to like invest in similar to what I just said, or you want to like just keep building from scratch your own thing?
A mix of both for sure. There's certain things I want to start and there's certain things I want to invest in. Like maybe, like potentially depending on who's behind it.
So you're just trying.
I care more about, from watching a lot of Shark Tank, and I agree with the sentiment. I'd rather invest in people than certain businesses. Because a lot of businesses, look at FaZe, like great business. Well, not really actually, but went to right because of the people that were involved. But if you invest in certain people.
It makes sense. So you think you're always going to be doing stuff like that, even when you're on the farm with the dogs?
No, but at that point, there's going to be a certain point where I actually don't need as much money as I thought I did.
See, but this is the thing.
I get it though, but money you never know with money.
No,
So
but
that's why
even if you
in,
don't,
and that's what I understand.
But what I realize, even that, let's say, even if you're completely like well
also,
off,
I don't know. Maybe I'll get bored of life. Maybe I'll actually get bored and like I want to go
do something.
Like, there's a reason. I feel like there's a reason billionaires are still actively doing
that's
it every
the thing
day.
I was gonna say. I used to never understand. I'm like, bro, you just made 400 million. Why do you need to start a new company?
I've always wanted to do. I've never wanted to like f off that whole like move to an island, and that's never been like a concept in my brain, ever.
Yeah.
I always want to be around doing, but I'm just saying to have to worry about putting, because I actually don't like putting myself in the position of money. Like I like making money, of course, who doesn't, right? But I'm not that desperate for it, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. No, it
Like
doesn't make
even
sense.
when I need, I'm not that desperate. It's weird. It's actually a bad habit.
I feel like
Not that desperate.
I mean, the only thing I care about money at all for is family, and I know you have the same
Yeah, of
sentiment.
course.
So makes sense. Well, I have the last question. I already know this answer. I know what you're gonna say, but I think it's good for you to keep reiterating why you feel this way. But I'm gonna ask everyone: are you happy right now with where you're
The
at?
happiest.
I already knew you were gonna say
Living
that.
the dream.
Yeah, and I know that's how you feel. I believe you
Every day I
too.
wake up, I'm like, oh my God, I'm me again. Thank God. Every day. I'm blessed, bro. I was stuck in my bed for 3 years just looking out the window, watching everyone walk. I'm like, you lucky.
I know we didn't really touch on that because I'm like, whatever. You've talked about it multiple times.
Yeah,
but
it's just like I have such a different
quick
perspective on it
30-second rundown of that. You couldn't walk for
years, yeah, and I was just like chopped. I'm still chopped.
But even
Forever
to this
chopped,
day,
but I'm blessed.
Well, you texted me a couple days ago. I didn't know that. You're
Because
still
there's
like,
nothing to talk about. Who cares? Like I've been paying this entire talk. Have I like brought it up once, bro?
What is it called?
CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, which essentially means we don't know. Sorry, buddy. That's all it means.
So can I just give a quick rundown?
Sure.
He had an incident, and basically you passed out on your leg for what, 3 hours?
No, I don't know. That's like
We don't know.
just like
Assuming
Yeah, I have no
hours where the
idea.
blood cut off to the leg and like
my leg was like this fat. I don't know if you can see, but it was like massive.
Oh, that's
and like it was
insane.
like I'll do this, and everything would fall. I'd switch back. Everything would fall the other way. It was like a memory foam pillow. That's finally when the doctors believed I was in pain.
That's crazy.
They wouldn't believe me.
That's insane.
was lying.
So he couldn't walk for years. You thought it was nerve damage. Thank God it wasn't.
I thought it was sciatica in the beginning because I just don't
No,
know.
the
When you're
doctors thought
Googling
it
all
could
these
be-
things.
yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's 100%. It's like
So
terrible nerve.
so
damage.
he's walking now, thankfully. But you told me this last week. I didn't know, but you're still in pain
Yeah, all the
24/7.
time. But it's not like okay.
I mean, because
Imagine
I came over. I remember coming over when you were rocking. Like I came over once. We watched the
But that's
boxing.
what I'm saying. Imagine being in pain for 4 years.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Like eventually.
Can
you're
I just-
gonna,
can I
build a
describe what I
tolerance.
saw?
Yeah.
I came over. We watched Jarvis. Remember, what was Jarvis
You know, people
boxing?
think I faked it.
Bro, I watched it. I
It's
swear to God,
fucking
I actually
crazy.
like couldn't believe what I
People
because
think a lot
he
of
was
things.
literally I can't lay down, but laying down and holding his knees, rocking the entire time.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't. If I had to go to the hospital, for example, which I always had to go, I always had to call a private ambulance each way. I couldn't Uber
because you had to sit like in
at the rock. What do you mean?
It's
That
crazy.
needs, like a lot of room.
So it's that's why it's amazing to see obviously where you've recovered to physically. But that's why I asked the happy question to
But
you
that makes
because
you
I
happy,
know now you look at life just way differently because you.
Like, I'm gonna give you a crazy example, right? Like, say somebody like lost their parents and then they ended up having their own kids, and then their kids like kind of were like still like children, and like I don't know, like I feel like somewhere if you had a good perspective about it, like you'd lose your family, but it's a blessing you get to be able to be that family for these kids and be there for them. Like I don't know how to explain it, but there's a happiness somewhere there.
No, for sure, I get what you're saying.
Like
yeah.
it makes it that much better in a weird way because you lost it, and which you wouldn't have realized.
Then you understand what you lost. Yeah, 100%.
So I'm just saying, it's like that's why I'm so like, bro. I'm not, and it's like so good because the things that used to matter are not even a concept. Like I generally take something bad happening to either my dog or mom to get me down.
Yeah.
Nothing else can really get me down. Like,
yeah.
And like I just realized how much time I've spent being upset over small inconveniences that like it's just not worth it at all. Even big inconveniences, I'm not tripping. Like the face stuff.
Yeah.
Big deal, but don't care.
Yeah.
Until you don't care. It's a lesson. It's fine. Who cares? Money's
and
everywhere.
Also, what else are you gonna do? It's your only option to accept certain things. But the way you're looking at it, not everyone does think that way, and it takes a while to get there. You got there.
Year I was in bed. Why me?
Yeah.
And then the second year I was like, well, it is me, so figure it out.
Yeah, no, but
Like,
but still, even to
eventually
do
you'll
that in
figure it
year
out.
2, even actually, bro, that could take people 10 years to
That's what I told you on
or
text.
never.
I said God
yeah.
put me in bed to stop. You want to see what real is? And he like made me realize it to stop.
Oh, I know you don't want you don't want any praise to your face, but I always tell you, and I think it's especially where you were mentally, like for so many years.
Yeah.
Like even when you were on the top of the world in your eyes, right, with YouTube.
Because you
and
don't
stuff.
feel good inside.
Yeah,
Like, you have all this going on good for you outside, but on the inside.
That's
you don't
why.
feel good,
That's
you
why I
know?
like. I'm gonna ask this question probably every guest, but that's why I know when I'm asking it to you, I'm happy that I'm asking it because I know. I think I could confidently say you're happier now than you were when you were in.
Yeah. So even in 2022, actually, I was happier than even in my like I was still in way more pain, and I was losing money left and right from hospital bills because I had no insurance the whole time.
It was nice yapping with you, buddy.
Absolutely, I'm a certified yapper.
You are a
Yap every day.
I'm a certified yapper, but you're
There's
pretty
one guy that
yappy,
replies
too.
to my stories every time I yap. He's like, "Good yap." He just replies, "Good yap, good yap." I was like, "Wait, you really respect the yap?"
Brother,
So
you know
I
what
like it.
content you should make? You should just turn on the camera and start yapping for 40 minutes. People do that, bro. People do that, and I know you don't want to make money, but do you know how much money people make off those videos?
Yalla today.
I've seen our
I'll
yap
make my
sessions.
yap channel today.
They're making like 50K a video, stuff like that. They just yap about finances for an hour.
Well, okay, finance. I don't
Yeah.
have to yap about. That's because bro. Do you know some people have the craziest, most godlike RPMs in the finance
No,
world?
I know.
That's what's cool about YouTube is it's niche based now,
Yeah,
based
yeah.
on the category.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the ads they get.
That's why they go in front of a whiteboard and they just start.
It makes sense. It's like people that are watching finance videos.
They sit there. People are taking notes. And
Do you know
stuff
how much
for
I've
them.
heard? Like that, I don't want to say he's like the biggest one though, but you know how much I heard his RPM is? Like I don't know if obviously not consistent, but at least at one point.
50,
75.
75.
How stupid that is.
Yeah, people get like
It means every 100K
people get like
views, bro.
2,000 views and they make like more money than 90%.
Every 100K views is 7.5.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Every million views is 75 bands. That's with
Anyways, it was a good yap session.
absolutely, my friend.
It's a weird arm shake because my arm's like not reaching. But yeah, I love you.
We
Thank
can
you.
hit the dog.
I had to start with you. First episode.
That's the bicep thing, by the way.
I didn't hear what you
So we
said.
can hit the dog.
Yeah, we have so many inside jokes that I love it, and we'll never say what happened on High Rise.
On High Rise, you guys are never gonna know. I told one guy in DMs, but he's never gonna leak it.
He's not gonna leak it,
He's probably gonna leak it.
but it's always nice to yapping with you, buddy. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, brother.
Catch you on
Appreciate it.
Twitch soon.
Yes, sir.
That's what I've heard.
Until
That's
I get
the
banned
rumor.
again.
That's the rumor. Catch him on Twitch soon. FaZe Rain, the goat himself. Love you.